The Art of Natural Stone on Beach Boulevard and also by Bartram Springs.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
The station that covers the Jaguars day in and day out. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. This is 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Believe in the unbelievable.
Unbelievable!
1010XL.
I can't believe it!
We're hearing is believing.
Unbelievable!
International soccer returns. For your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to see the Wolves versus West Ham compete for the Stateside Cup July 27th, use the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures and text SOCCER to 641-1010.
Discover luxury on your terms at Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville. Drive away today in style.
Boasting North Florida's largest selection of Cadillacs, we have your dream car waiting.
Experience the future with Cadillac Lyric, redefining luxury electric vehicles at the starting price of $44,988.
With over 50 to choose from, and this exclusive offer, the luxury of a Cadillac is more attainable than ever.
And rest assured, every Cadillac is backed by our dedication to outstanding customer service.
Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resistance.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and if that sizzling sound made your mouth water, you're in the right place. So let's talk about something sizzling, making a Bacon 180 with a Waken 180. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying that crisp, savory goodness. Well, it's on the menu at Awaken 180, and one of the many reasons I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180 weight loss. I did it all while still enjoying so many of my favorite foods. The difference is, my coach showed me how to enjoy these foods the right way. Chicken, steak, pork, lobster, they're all on the menu. Awaken 180 caters to any diet or taste profile. Vegetarian, vegan, omnivore, flexitarian, I'm not kidding, that's a thing. They're all covered. The bottom line, if you want to lose weight fast and safe and keep it off with Lifetime Coaching, then make your own Bacon 180 with Awaken 180. Do what I did and Mike Dempsey and Hacker and more than 21,000 others have. Make the change with Awaken 180. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com. Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and summer is here on the First Coast. You know, long days, short sleeves, lazy summer afternoons, and soaring temperatures that can do a number on your AC. But do what I did and plan ahead with an expert AC tune-up from Fenwick Home Services to avoid those costly summer breakdowns. If you've heard me say it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. Hope is not a plan. That's why Fenwick Home Services has you covered 24/7 with same-day service, including maintenance plans, free same-day estimates, and guaranteed repairs. Book online at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com.
I'm sure many of you guys feel like you wish you could be as fit as you were in your 20s. The dad bod is really tough to shed. I'm Dr. Lance Snyder, and I did something about it through Dr. Rappaport at the Jax Aesthetic Center. I'm active, I played college sports, and I still work out a few times a week. Nothing worked. As a doctor and a dad, I want to be around as long as possible and feel good about my body. Dr. Rappaport put together a personalized treatment plan that worked. It was easy for me to make appointments, get to those appointments, and get back to work in time. I also recommend the Emsella chair for any urinary issues or ED. Dr. Rappaport has state-of-the-art treatment options for men. And the M-Sculpt Neo is an abs blast. 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. Give yourself your own gift this Father's Day at the Jax Aesthetic Center. Build muscle and lose fat. Call or text today, 904-808-2455. That's 904-808-2455. You won't be sorry.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
All right, Google, it's go time on a Monday morning. It's a special Monday for us. We're at the Tom Coughlin Celebrity Golf Charity Classic, building so much money for the J Fund through the years. We'll visit with Coach coming up a little bit later as we sit just underneath the porch here of the Palace. The rain better not blow in from this side, boys, or we're going to be calling some audibles. We're actually out on the front porch to the world. It's a beautiful place to start our day, and a cup of Joe and some sports talk for 4 hours and some awesome guests along the way. We'll see who we can catch up with as we go through this morning. And these guys, let's hope the weather cools off. This is, for most of them, let's be honest. They get to play the stadium today, You feel me? You know what I mean? Guys are all in town. They fly in. They help raise money for charity. Terrific auction in Gallo last night. But today they get to go out there and attack this beautiful golf course. So we shall see. Okay, I'll start with what many of you out there probably think is an awkward conversation. For me, it's not. Doing this for as long as I have, I can blow like the wind, man. And an athlete can curry himself into and out of favor with me pretty quick. I'm a Johnny-come-lately when it comes to sitting here talking about national and international players, personalities, teams, coaches, whatever it may be. So making a huge jump in the Prosser Hate Power Rankings. He's falling way down the list now, would be the beady-eyed one, Xander Schauffele.
The beady-eyed one.
Because he finished. He did all the things that annoyed me about him. So, Xander Schauffele's no different than the rest of these guys, showing up in their Escalades. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he doesn't have some particular – his are magnified by the fact that it's the chirp, 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 I'm not happy, we need more money. But, yeah, you're bridesmaid everywhere. You're in contention, and you can't close the big one. Sure, you're all about money. You have nothing to do with legacy. You can't win a major. We watch him, and I don't know every single specific. He's been in this situation a lot of times. And so to close yesterday, not that it matters to Xander Schauffele or the man in the moon, by the way. But, I'll eat crow on it. That's fine. I got enough. I can grind on. I find him plenty to grind on. I can let Xander Schauffele go. He's earned his keep with me. Again, not that I was the arbiter, but we're doing a radio show where I believe I may have called the eventual PGA champion a beady-eyed choker.
I can confirm.
Yeah, so I'll immediately retract that. My apologies, Xander Schauffele. Not that you need them, but a special double bonus points earned. By the way, you won, and this dude went wire to wire of at least holding of at least sharing the lead. He set the all-time record in major championships, scored a par at 21 under. He tied a record of low round in a major with a 62. It had only been done 4 times, and guess what? He did it in the U.S. Open last year. He was 2 of the 4 on the list. Shane Lowry ended up joining them on Saturday. And he had a birdie the 18th hole and make a just a tickly little 7-8 footer to win a major, and that's how he did it. And then, by the way, now, because I'm actually seeing Xander Schauffele in some sort of sphere outside a press conference where he's telling me how much he doesn't trust Jay Monahan, to instead getting to see his personality a little bit. How other players are responding and reacting to his breakthrough win in a PGA championship. And I'm certainly willing to alter what my impression from afar is, and somewhat close up from the brief or intermittent dealings we may have here at the players. But, just as a matter of fact, he's off the power hate rankings. He's gone.
He gone.
He was up in the top 3 to 5, dude. I mean, this is a remarkable departure from the Prosser sports hate power rankings. He gone.
Because I think he got the beady-eye call. He got that call a couple of times.
I didn't, yeah.
You dropped beady-eyed.
I've been on him since the players. It's really since where it kind of started. I don't like him and Cantlay being the generals in the PGA Tour army of the discussions, man. I mean, I sit here and I look at Tiger Woods, who won $120 million, and this is a story as old as time. Jack Nicklaus fans would sit and say, how does Tiger Woods have 120? My guy only won $16 million in his career. I get it. But Scotty Scheffler is going to catch Tiger Woods in career earnings by the end of next golf season.
Wow.
Tiger won $120 million on the golf course.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler is already at $70 million in his career.
Oh, he going to catch it.
And he wins that little FedEx Cup deal this year, which certainly wouldn't surprise you. Can you imagine a tournament where he gets to start with a 4-shot lead or whatever the format is?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to end this year with well over $100 million. So maybe by the time he comes through the Players' Championship next year, he'll be the career money leader. And guess why? Because of the guy who's passing. And you could argue, well, you couldn't argue that. Jack took it as far as it would go. Tiger changed the whole dynamics. And these boys are all cashing checks off of Tiger Woods' name, man.
Yeah.
And so, and being around long enough to have watched Tiger Woods blow it up and change it for everyone, for all these guys to come along after him, picking up his scraps, talking about how they're not getting enough, annoys me. And that's probably some generational annoyance there. So all that aside, Xander Schauffele with the PGA Championship today, he won it the way I like to watch athletes win stuff. And so that's what gets you off.
It was dramatic.
But I like it when you nat up and go get it, man.
Yeah.
The number 10 out there is a birdie hole. You have got to make a birdie as you make the turn. It's a par 5, and they lit that thing up all weekend. They were all lighting it up yesterday, and Schauffele went there and bogeyed that sucker. Oh. And right there, okay, here he comes. Here he comes scurrying. Suddenly he was in a maybe 2-3 player tie for the lead, and he responded with birdie, kept the pedal down. Give DeChambeau and Hovland credit. They would make plays, if you want to use that vernacular. They'd make plays in front of him, and Schauffele had enough. He had a costly bogey late. The holes run together for me. 16, 17, 15, 16. He had a bogey on one of those holes. DeChambeau made a heck of a Here, you want to know another crazy thing? This my golf world's gone bizarro this weekend. Mm-hmm. I want you to going into the final round yesterday. Who was your boy rooting for? So, and you can go off the top 2 pages of the leaderboard, like of all those guys who are up there, and John can answer this as well.
You? Who are you rooting
who was I rooting for to win yesterday? The guys who were just, I'm not talking about on the whole, the whole field, that doesn't matter. I'm talking about within all the guys, the guys within 4 or 5 shots of the lead when the final round started. Who was your boy rooting for? Right. You're gonna have to go back and reference the leaderboard. I realized that. I was asking you the question. Did you watch the golf this weekend?
No, I partook in a lot of golf stuff.
Okay. And what about you, John? Did you watch the golf?
I did watch most of it yesterday.
Okay. So you know who was in contention going into Sunday, and what's kind of the weekend story. So just that gamut of names from Hovland to Hubbard to Morikawa, to Schauffele, to DeChambeau, to that group.
Yeah.
That group of 8-10 people. Who was I rooting for to win?
I was going to say Hovland. But
yeah, that'd be a great guess. I mean, this is one that if we were in studio and I was putting it to the text line and I offered a prize to the first Guggen who could tell me so that we weren't eliminating him. In other words, you do it on phone and somebody guesses, nope, that's not it. Okay, he's off the board. If I just cold called, asked the question, and I had the Guggens flood the text line with the correct answer, and if they got it, they were going to get a free round for 4 here at the stadium course. Okay? I wonder how many minutes we would sit there. Because, again, this just makes no sense.
It wasn't Dietrich, was it?
It wasn't. No, it wasn't Dietrich. 0 for 2. Wasn't Hovland.
Not Billy Ho?
No, Billy Ho's out of it. He had a big round yesterday, so he was not even a part of it.
Morikawa.
Morikawa's a good guess because I think that he's got 2 majors. Same age as Scotty Scheffler, same amount of majors, but nowhere near the same narrative. I would have been okay with Morikawa. In fact, probably would have been second who I was rooting for.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't rooting for Schauffele. You know that.
Right.
But, man, just totally expunged from the the sports power.
Justin Rose.
Justin Rose, not a bad guess. Way too milquetoast. If Justin Rose won the PGA, I wouldn't be aware.
What about the anti-hero, DeChambeau?
DeChambeau, that's who it is.
That's who it was?
Right? You can't believe that.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Live guy.
No, sir. That's why he says his name.
Do you see how, E.T., do you see how hard it is? You see how objective I really am? These jokers come at me like I'm not objective.
No way.
It just depends on which side of the argument you fall on. People recognize you as this, that, or the other. But, yeah, I was rooting for DeChambeau. You know what has happened with DeChambeau for me? Okay? This is like something a 27-year-old should tell you. But I watch that YouTube golf, man. There's 3 or 4 YouTube golf channels that I like, okay? Well, DeChambeau has joined some of those dudes, and now he has started his own YouTube channel. So now when I'm surfing along YouTube and killing time, I'll watch DeChambeau go play 3 holes and see can he break par using a 3-club junior set from Walmart. And it personalizes him with me.
Yeah.
I like him a lot more than I did when I'm just watching him stomp around the golf course or, bouncing. He's also matured. DeChambeau was way more annoying when he was young and stupid. Remember the shot of him over at the British? He was banging his head against the bleachers. He was a knucklehead, dude. But as, again, there's a combination of factors. I said it before, I've doubled and tripled down on this, a tenet of the drill. I reserve the right to change my mind.
Absolutely.
I reserve the right to change my mind. And I don't give a doggone how hypocritical that might look at times. We'll just say it like that. All right, my dog came through. He didn't have a big night, but my dog won the series.
Yeah, he did.
And his energy, even though he wasn't the lead guy last night.
Same energy.
And Anthony Edwards did not have a great game. He hit a couple of plays down the stretch. I'm not sure I like, I get it's part of his vibe. And I'm good with hitting a big shot and letting the front row know about it. I don't know about the wave. The wave seems kind of high school to me.
Yeah, he's still a young boy.
But yeah, he's still my dog. And now we'll be a step away, and we'll see. I mean, buddy, it's wide open. It was a history-making day yesterday.
Yeah.
Xander made history with the lowest score in the history of a major.
Uh-huh.
And in the NBA, history was made where
the boys came back.
2 Game 7 road winners on the same day in NBA playoff history. Never happened.
I ain't even peeped that, yeah.
Never happened. 2 road teams win Game 7s in the NBA. The Knicks, had they somehow won, and they were really never in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's too harsh. They were, but really were never in it. And then Jalen Brunson breaks his hand in the second half. And there's a curse up there, man. There's some voodoo going on, man. I mean, the way these injuries mounted up for Team Tryhard was finally too much. And the Pacers, what a year! What a year for the Pacers. They're all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think the party ends here. I'd say say Celtics in 5.
Yeah, too bad for them.
The Pacers also they ran to the finals of that in-season tournament. They lost to the Lakers in the finals of that. I think that's a probably an example of that tournament maybe giving team a little bit of boost that they may not have had without that in-season tournament. I don't know. I don't know if I can go that far. I think the injuries-Knicks situation probably got the Pacers through as much or more than anything. And then out west, the champions go home. That Mike Malone, he's surly when they lose, boy.
Man.
He kind of came across sore loser yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
You start talking about stupid questions and stuff from the media, buddy. You just stay there and mind your business now. Whatever. How do you want to? Should we send them? Should we send the questions up to you ahead of time, and you can approve them? I mean, I think it's a fair question. Yeah, right. All the answers, by the way, are obvious. Come on, Mike Malone. You know how the game's played. It's not a stupid question to say the range of emotions from going up 20 and in your mind already playing in the Western Conference Finals to losing the game. Can you even begin to explain that shock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get it's a hard feeling. You're the coach. You're making $9 million a year. You won it all last year, and we danced around and partied with you.
Dancing,
Have a little dignity. Show your frustration, but don't MF me and say it's a stupid question. That's a little much.
Hold that L, coach.
Just right. Take the L, okay? Your team was – you didn't have – that you listen. It's hard. It's hard to win these championships, gang. It is hard to win them. I don't care what sport. These professional sports are 4 major sports: Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, NHL. It is hard to win. You got to either have a all-timer leading your team, a Brady, a Jordan, a Steph, a Jeter, and I'm just throwing names. You better have that. Or you better have a lot of magic. You better have a lot of magic. And often you better have both. I mean, the Patriots with Brady, look what it took to win all these titles. Last-second field goals, tuck rule games, idiotic play calls of pass plays at the 1-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it took a lot of that kind of
– the Swiss cheese model.
Look at the 28-3, second-half Falcons, throwing the ball when all they need to do is run and kick a field goal. I mean, it took a – so you got to often have both of them. It is hard to win. And so the Nuggets last year, it all worked. But look, I'm not going to say lucky because this year in the NBA, and we learned it last – oh, by the way, Denver, 20-point lead last night. They blew in the second half. They led by 20 at home against a young team that we were going to be, okay, y'all found out. You better learn something and come back next year.
Mm-hmm.
but in a season where, gosh, that seems to be a defining narrative. These 20-point leads are worth nothing. But, boy, Game 7 at home and the defending champs, you'd have thought had been worth a lot more last night than it was in Denver. But back to the initial point, if you're the coach, you got to own it. What I was going to say, listen, you barely beat the Lakers. They had those double-digit leads on you almost every game in that series. I'm not going to say that you were lucky. You're better than they are. You're a higher seed. But, boy, they made it awful testy for an 8-1 matchup for a team that had to, play in their way. But yeah, he got a test. He got a little sore loser in him last night.
Yeah, he did.
After the Nuggets were knocked out.
I remember back. It was probably like February, Jeff, and you said, man, like I was talking Ant up, and he's like, they gotta win.
That's right.
They winning.
Yeah, they gotta win. It takes you to and now you're going to get another round, and the NBA will have perhaps its 2 biggest young stars with Luka.
Yep.
And Anthony Edwards, and there are others. And if they were being, if Shea were being, featured right now. But by the way, here Shazam Spotlight real quick. Truck guy. By the way, I started today with another. I've had too many dilemmas lately. I had the coyote dilemma the other day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, I ended up telling Mrs. P. It was just too good. When you're talking to your wife just about your day, and that's a big part of your day.
You can't skip over it.
Yeah, I'm not skipping over that. So anyway, and she's reacted fine. She's not up on the roof with a spotlight or a head strobe and a rifle. She's responded quite well. And now I forget what I was going to daggum say. I lost my train of thought.
The way you start your days.
Yeah.
The other day was
yeah. It was the coyote. So today, before we do the Shazam Spotlight, I'm just blowing right through. We got too much content.
That's
I don't
what
know
we do. Content heavy.
It's a beautiful morning, no?
It was
like the
raining
clouds
like
are blowing through, but it's making a nice little breeze out here, and I don't know if it's supposed to rain unless I'm golfing myself. I don't check, so I hope the rain holds up. But for now, this is like a perfect. It
came down earlier.
I know it did. It came on me when I was coming over the bridge over there, and it hit me so hard, and that my wipers weren't keeping pace.
Right.
And I got a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on top of the bridge. I can't see. Suddenly, I'm like, am I in my lane? Is this the shoulder? What's going on? No, I got in my when I got in truck today. Truck guy. There's like a sour smell in the truck.
Oh dear.
Which. I don't have a lot of cloth in there. You know what I'm saying? Usually, like in the old, if you have a car, you can leave a kid's wet uniform in the trunk and forget. It'll seep into the car. You'll smell that. Or you'll something in the back, carpeted floorboard. But I got those WeatherTechs from Catlin just all over everything. So if anything, spilled, it would stay there. But for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is. Anyway, see, that's a dilemma. Look at the look on your face. He's like, I got nothing for you, Charles. Huh?
That ain't
you got
good.
nothing for me?
That ain't good.
No, but I don't. So I don't know. I don't know. I threw out some open a can of Coke. It smells almost like, by the way, that say you went to the beach and you maybe had some beers in a Yeti, and you just and then you leave maybe a Yeti with about, an inch of beer on the bottom, and you forget, you leave it in your car. Kind of has that smell, but there's no beer in there. There's been no beer.
You got a problem, boss.
Drank in there. Yeah. And the Shazam Spotlight now, like a vapor, gone. No idea what it was going to be.
Swipe.
No idea. Yeah, I swiped myself into confusion. All right. It's interesting how a national quote-unquote report / scoop is born. And I guess you only see this if it's coming from your local market. But I think it's an interesting kind of dynamic that was in play with a report that I saw this weekend. All right, so let's do that and talk a little bit of Jags football. They're back for one of these little 2-day OTAs that are today and tomorrow. So we will be hearing from some of the fellas over the course of the next couple of days. We're live today at TPC Sawgrass at the clubhouse at the stadium course. It's Tom Coughlin J-Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. We'll be talking with Coach as we go through today. We've got Fred Taylor scheduled. We're bouncing around some interviews and some conversations on the fly here this morning. We're going to package it all up and bring it to you as best we can. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. We'll return with some Jags thoughts and more on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Launch the downloads.
Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
And initiate sequence.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522, serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
What makes a Honda certified pre-owned vehicle so special? 182-point inspection, 24/7 roadside assistance, first-year free oil changes, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty for carefree driving backed by American Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
All right, get those boats ready. The Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin is coming soon to St. Augustine. It's June 8th. Just go to oldschoolkingfish.com. You can find out more. Terrific grand prizes valued at over $100,000, and with limited boundaries, no bait buying and no checkout. It is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. Here's how you do it. You go online, you sign up, and you become part of what is going to a terrific event. It's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
Save money while beautifying your home with energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. Their exclusive Fibrex product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. And right now, buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third at 60% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year, but restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com for more details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Celebrate Memorial Day weekend at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 50% bonus trade-in on all new clubs. Buy any 2 apparel items and receive a third free. And save big on shoes, bags, carts, and travel covers. The more you buy, the more you save. Shop with us this Memorial Day weekend, in-store or online. Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Hayes Carlyon, afternoons on 1010XL.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. WaterBoyJAX.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Oh, can I buy a vowel?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Oh, can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we are back live. Sun coming up. Well, when we can see it, it's kind of cloudy and overcast. Definitely windy out here today. As well, not the best golfers in the world, but some really good people are in town this weekend for the Tom Coughlin J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. Jay McGillis, who was a football player under Tom at Boston College, and many of y'all, most of y'all know the story well by now, but certainly a day or two a year where we retell it, and today will be one of those days. And the coach, Tom Coughlin, will join us a little bit later here in the morning. It looks like in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll see who else is roaming about out and about. We usually catch up with Chris Berman on this weekend. That's always a fun conversation. So, we'll see if we can. See if we can do that.
I spoke with him yesterday.
Did you?
And I gave him. I tried to give him my back.
Yeah. That'll happen. Were you at the? Did you go last night?
Oh, was I?
Oh,
was I?
Sit down. We buried the lead here. Sit down, my friend.
Look at your boy.
Well, I know you would look good. I get that.
What?
He loves to do that.
You know your boy
was here. You know where your boy was? He was laying around in like sleep pants and a t-shirt,
toes up,
watching Denver and Minnesota in like the first quarter. That's what your guy was doing. Well, what do you got? Give me some highlights from the gala from the evening. Who was he? Now, see, I'm gonna have some tough conversation. I got to lose this music. What is going on?
I thought it was an official report for a second.
I sent my guy Casey on a mission back there, and he's not multitasking, was he?
I
don't play that.
I believe I found it, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay, well, we'll get to that in a second. Appreciate you, my man. Listen, welcome to the drill, where the host comes back and says, hey, give me that sound bite 28 seconds before you go on the air. Could he do it, I don't know, last night or before he walked off and got coffee?
There may or may not be a stain in my pants right now. So,
there you go. Yeah, that happens. I don't know. A little TMI, as the kids would say. The silliness. You boys are knocking me off my train of thought. It's annoying me.
You want the highlights from last night?
I do. I know what I'm doing. No, what I was going to say is I got some tough questions for the Godfather because, this is Hicken's baby. He's always the MC and the auction host. And I got some questions for the Godfather. I hear he's vacationing in the Poconos. I mean, it seems a little disrespectful to me, Tom. I'm just saying. Oh, tough questions here. It could be a change in the family hierarchy with the Godfather.
Yeah.
Hey, Casey. Just ahead of time, when we bring Tom Coughlin on, you got to play the Godfather theme.
Oh, I'm primed and ready.
Okay, well, there you go. All right. So, we're going to have that conversation with Tom. Back to the question that was going to come off of that is who was the MC and the host?
I think it was Brian Sexton.
Because I think Hicken has done it with him before, and he's done it by himself before. So Sexton just carried it along by himself. And so give me your highlights. Who did you see? What stood out to you? Was this you went last year, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. So what was your first one?
Yeah, I hosted the blue carpet, which is in essence the red carpet, just greeting all the guests. And I'll tell you what the biggest hit was: Troy Aikman being here.
Okay.
That was a big hit. Everybody was in awe because of Troy Aikman.
Okay. Troy is, years ago, before you were born.
Okay.
Or pretty close to. I haven't been here that long, but close. You were a little 4 or 5-year-old running around your dipes. For some reason, I wish I knew, and I don't have a text line, so don't hit it up, gang. Don't bother me today on that text line. I ain't got one. Probably going to be the best show of the week. There was some event. UNF hosted an event, and a bunch of NFL quarterbacks were in town. So this would have been like probably mid-90s, like 93, 94, 95, sometime, like Aikman, Marino. But I can remember Aikman being there. It was probably just as the Cowboys were starting to win those titles. So He was coming off of that. And what stands out to you, because we don't have an NFL team yet. And I'm also young myself now. I'm in my 20s. I'm just getting started in the business.
Prosser.
Well, I'm starting to do stuff, but when it comes to rubbing elbows with the greats of the sports world, I don't have all the exposure that I've had now all these years later and covered a million different things. I've seen, I've been in NBA locker rooms and I've been covering, but what jumped out to me then, who still had a little bit of, 26, 27-year-old fanboy in him, quite frankly, is how big those dudes were.
Bruh.
Tall, big hands.
Yeah.
You watch him out there behind the offensive line. When you see Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman is huge.
He's a big dude. So I can see it. I think has he been here before, or did they say this was the first time he'd been for this event?
If he's been here before, it's been a long time.
It's been a while, yeah, because Tom through the years has just gotten a variety of different, levels of stars. And in fairness, this time of year, there's a lot of these type things going on.
Yeah.
People giving back to their community. There's
football camps,
Hall of
all
Fame
kind of
classics,
stuff going on.
right? Football camps, other golf tournaments, other fundraisers. And so, he does a good job. And there are those the every years. And Berman has, for the most part, been through the years. So Troy Aikman's star status
was a huge hit.
Jumped out at you.
Another thing was how glued and locked in everybody was to the PGA Championship yesterday.
They're watching it come down the stretch while stuff's going on.
You knew something happened because everybody was like, whoa! You could hear the commotion on what was going on because everybody was so locked in.
All right, that's cool. Like that.
And then also, everyone who has benefited from what Coach Coughlin does,
stories.
like them coming down the carpet, the smile that they have on their faces and their stories, that is always a huge
I
thing.
do. We live in such an awesome area, man. So many generous people out there. Some good-hearted people that live in our area. We're so lucky because I do basically this version for the Dailies Foundation for Dailies, and we do a real similar deal. We put together a charity. A golf tournament, a gala, whole weekend, big. And last year, I think it was $700,000 maybe. And again, it's the same. Theirs goes to Nemours and children that beyond cancer, all kinds of different deals, and how you just saving lives and families and giving people hope. And that's what the J Fund is all about. It's about giving hope through the memory of a kid who fought his hardest to the end, and you can only imagine that impact. Like if you're a family and you got a young son, he's healthy.
Can't even imagine
playing college football, right? So it's a great weekend. Certainly, first and foremost, it's the amount of money that's raised to help families here on the First Coast. And you all know how active, engaged we are with Tom and with the J Fund and Kelly and all of these events. We'll do a radiothon again this year, and we'll be shooting for another record total this year. And that's not us, man. That's y'all out there. So. Appreciate you. I'm sure there are people listening right now that were at the gala last night or who bid on something on the silent auction online, and they appreciate you there as well. So, all right, I want to get to what I was kind of talking about, this narrative of like an evolving, a national story. So I couldn't help but chuckle when I read this as it was being, quote, reported. And now, look, I'm going through – I don't know. I get linked. It's a link to a story, but basically it is Jeremy Fowler reporting that the Jags and Trevor Lawrence are talking about a contract extension that could have him joining the $50 million club.
Show me the money.
And I thought to myself, your first instinct in the business is, ESPN is reporting that blankety blankety blank. And then I thought for a second, I said, hey, hold on now. I'm not doing this show in Minneapolis. We're not in Charlotte or Oakland or San Antonio. What you talking about? Reporting. Trevor Lawrence met the media when he started mini camps back on April, I believe it was 16th. Casey, you got Trevor Lawrence on part of what his offseason has included. Again, this is now more than a month ago.
At the end of the day, my job isn't going to change whether I get extended or not before this season. My job is to go win games and to be the best I can be for this team so we can have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So even if I get the contract extension, that's still my job, even more so. There's even more expectation and pressure on that. So for me, I have the same focus and the same mindset I can't lie. Obviously, it would be nice to have that done and, you know, feel good about it. But no, it's not really the focus right now. I know where we're at, I know where we're heading, and I know what I have to do. And, you know, there's some improvements that I have to make going forward.
Well, listen, it's the comment right before that, Casey. Trevor flat out said that he's had conversations with the Jaguars. This is a month ago. So, and by the way, that's fine. We can let things stand as they are, and that's Trevor talking about. That's the follow-up question to the initial question. Have you had conversations with the Jaguars? Yes, we have. Yes, it's something we would like to be done. It's not in the forefront. We got winning and losing and yada, yada, and every other thing that you're supposed to say. But Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars have said since over a month ago that they are talking about a contract extension. Okay? So there's part one of the, quote, report. Part two, when Jared Goff signed that $53 million a year, you and me, Danny makes $3, said on the air 4 or 5 days ago and said, well, I guess we know where Trevor's going to land. He's going to land right there between, you know, that 53 and that 50 probably. That seems about fair. Then we talked about, would you sign him for 10 years? Would you sign him for 8? We had all these. So, I mean, I don't know what we're to glean from the report on ESPN that Trevor Lawrence and the Jags are talking about a contract extension and, you know, pay him, you know, $50 million a year. Well, no sugar, Sherlock. Not a doggone thing new about that. Again, what we heard from Trevor Lawrence and his admission to us, and not that it was some, you know, hidden storyline, that, yeah, he's in conversation. Well, of course he is. Look, here's the reality on Trevor. Jags are smartly all in on the quarterback. All in. I'll be interested to ask certainly there are things lingering in Trevor's game that need to be cleaned up and fixed. But you got to have a long view here, a long view business plan, man. And the long view business plan will include Trevor Lawrence reaching a level of greatness that we haven't seen yet, but one that they still believe he can reach. And you roll out good teams. I mean, think about the teams around the league, gang. The Buffalo Bills have run out a team seemingly capable of winning the Super Bowl the last 4, 5, 6 years. It's just been some level of disappointment and falling just short every single year. The Bengals with Burrow. Lamar's a 2-time MVP. He's been a multiple top seed in the AFC. Can't even make it to a Super Bowl. Peyton Manning won it in year 8. John Elway in year 13. I mean, it doesn't. Matthew Stafford, the latest. 12th year in the league. So if the Lion fan at some point, when Stafford had one of his 23 touchdown, 20 interception years, 8 years in, would have told you he could never win a Super Bowl. Well, of course he could. He's a really good player. It takes every. Now, where we're really gonna measure is when the things fall into place for us. We'll have that year where we're the top seed. Now what do you do? Now how can you close? But it's just a roundabout way of saying that I have heard this more, this drumbeat as the Jags move toward this contract. They're all in on Trevor. There's nothing down there that feels like Trevor is not going to get it done for this franchise.
No, I think he got the ability. You know, well, it's just like what we said earlier. Everything has to fall into place. Like the Swiss cheese model.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Absolutely.
Now, look, I said this before. I'll stand by this. Given the same set of circumstances that Trevor Lawrence faced last year, and by set of circumstances, I mean personnel that's missing around him. I mean offensive line injuries and poor performance. I mean his own injuries and playing through them, right? Same set of circumstances this year, I would expect and demand that he be much better than he was a year ago.
Agreed.
You know, at some point, you're that guy. You stand, you get up above the X's and O's. You get above your situation. You're Patrick Mahomes tearing that ankle up in the first quarter against the Jaguars and winning the doggone Super Bowl that year. You know that you're that. But that's all hypothetical. Hopefully we won't have to measure how he looks in those exact situations because you don't want to be in those. And most years, quite frankly, most teams, you're not that. You know, at least that not that far gone. Anyway, much on our plate today. We'll continue to talk about a PGA Championship What a strange weekend it was for Scotty Scheffler. At some point this weekend, I'll go through. You can find a compelling story, man, for really the top 10 on the leaderboard. It was a fun golf tournament from the standpoint that leaderboard bunched up, and there were always 6 to 8 names, it felt like, within 2 or 3 shots of the lead for most of the weekend. And then suddenly I looked up, and it's like they're on 17 and 18. And it came down to the highest level of drama. We got NFL news for the football fix. We'll dish that up for you when we return. It'll be brought to you by the Sharks. And my Shark correspondent here is going to have to give us the lowdown on that when we come back. Home game. I
lit it up. I lit it up.
Oh, you did your part. Is that what you're saying? You should play in the NBA. It wasn't me. I had my 30. This is the drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Josh Bradley on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays today. He's 1-1, a 2.45 ERA. The Rays are minus 108 on the money line. Tanner Houck pitching for the Red Sox, 3-5, 2.17 ERA. Red Sox minus 112, 8 under at Tropicana Field. The Braves play a day-night doubleheader at Truist Park against the Padres. Braves a $1.30 favorite in the first game. In the nightcap, Chris Sale for the Braves. He's 6-1 with a 2.54 earned run average. Braves are the $2.30 favorite. Randy Vasquez for the Padres, 0-2, a 6.32 ERA. Padres plus 190, 8.5 flat the total. Get your free VSIN subscription right now at VSIN.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
If you have experienced problems when it comes to selling your home, maybe it's just because you have not discovered Chad and Sandy and ChadandSandy.com. That's Chad, A-N-D, Sandy.com. You can call them at 904-414-6200. But here's the bottom line. Your home will be sold, guaranteed, or they'll buy it. So whatever you think your problem may be, whether you need more space for an office or growing family, or you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not sure how, Chad and Sandy deliver with a promise. And at the bottom line, it ends with your home is sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. That is the definition of guaranteed. The proof is out there. Pete in Lakeshore writes, I was in a pickle. I heard Chad and Sandy on the radio, and I called because I needed cash out on a rental property fast. I was struggling to rent. Chad and Sandy got a full offer, full asking price within days. Go to ChadandSandy.com. That's Chad, A-N-D, Sandy.com, or call 904-414-6200 today.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Honey! Septic alert, septic alert. Time for a spring septic clean? Contact Duck Duck Rooter today. Just $525 to keep your septic alive. For just $525, Duck Duck Rooter will pump out your septic tank, clean your outlet filter, plus send a plumber to your home to provide drain cleaning to your main sewer line. Call now to book 904-862-6769. DuckDuckRooter.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
If you're a business owner and want to learn about federal, state, or local government contracts, plan to attend a free online webinar May 28th. The Florida Apex Accelerator, in partnership with UNF, provides expert guidance and consultations at no cost. The Apex Accelerator program can make selling to the government less complicated. Attend a free coffee and contracting webinar May 28th. Register at unf.edu/SBDC. Then select Training and Event tab.
Oh, that big and broke the line. No worries. I'll just go to fish-hook-repair.com and get these hooked on fish again. Oh, and while I'm on the site, I'll check out the Pro Shop with exclusive fish hook apparel for Jacksonville's coolest anglers. Fish-hook-repair.com. Don't forget the hyphens. It's the place for fishing gear.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Mia here, and we can't wait to meet you. Join Helmets and Heels this Friday at Southern Steer Butcher. Purchase any combo pack and get a pound of ground beef and sausage each for free. Noon to 2 Friday with Helmets and Heels at Southern Steer Butcher in Ortega. Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some conversations, as far as where that's at now. It's not really my focus. I'd love to obviously be a Jag. So for as long as possible, we love it here, and I love where we're headed as an organization, and feel like I'm just getting better every year, and my best ball is definitely ahead of me. So from that standpoint, obviously, yeah, that would be great. But like you said, it's going into my fourth year. It's not like this is necessarily going to be my last season. There's a lot that could happen. So not really my focus right now.
Yeah. That's from April 16th, I think it was, 16th, 18th. So, yeah, the notion that Trevor Lawrence and the Jags are conversing about a contract. Look, I'd say the sooner the better if I'm the Jags, right? Wouldn't you rather beat Tua and Dak?
Get them right now.
Right? Beat Tua and Dak. Beat them to the table. Probably get Trevor in there at that Jared Goff level, which if you're forecasting the next 5-6 years, whatever that number is.
Super fair.
Yeah, super fair, because guess what? They're coming behind, and Pat Mahomes ain't going to be, 6 size paid for long.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, he's going to just kind of follow along that upward moving chain, and Trevor's $53 million a year will settle in, probably somewhere between 10 and 15 at some point, and hopefully his play and our results will demand that he get a new contract, right?
Right. That's the hope.
Correct. If it's because of wins and you want your guys to be demanding more money. It was nice to see Doug Peterson and Trent Baalke both at the gala last night.
Yep.
And, kind of a Jaguars presence for a, Tom has been away for so long now as the Jaguar coach, and he's been so involved with the J Fund, and we've seen his visibility in so many other areas, including a brief stint as the president of football ops here. Man, you forget what he was here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe you don't, but it's worth recalling Tom Coughlin's impact and footprint on the Jaguars is immeasurable. As much as we love Fred Taylor and Tony Baselli and Mark Brunell, Tom Coughlin did all that.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it with a single-minded purpose and a drive that ultimately won him Super Bowls for the New York Giants. It didn't quite get there here. It probably would have had he stuck around for a 20-year career rather than an 8 or 9 year. But, not to say that it didn't feel like the time was right to make a switch, and boy, it ended up, at least if you went on what would ultimately be the future results for Coughlin, ended up being a bad move for the Jags. But that notwithstanding, the success that we were able to have as a community and as a fan base right out of the gate, that's all on that dude who's will be joining us later here today. And so with that same drive and focus, and he's attacked this charity and childhood cancer and the wins that they pick up around town as far as helping those in need. And one cool thing about this is the overall money that goes to charity. It's the 100% that stays right here local. It's right here in the Jacksonville area are who are being impacted. And you've heard through the radiothon and through the many events that we have over the course of the year. We'll visit with Kelly Coughlin 2 or 3 times on the air over the course of a year. The many great programs they have out there to just help people. Man, you know how we are. We're guilty if our allergies are flaring up, or we got a headache today, or I got a cat, my tooth hurts, man. You know how
this paper cut is killing me.
I mean, some of the things that some of the folks out there in our community are dealing with, God bless them, and these are blessings that will ultimately come the way. And so happy to be out here. We are at the TPC Stadium Club, just outside this palace that they call
views, man.
That they call the Pro Shop. Casey, fire the band. We got a football fix. Let's go through some of the news and notes and nuances from the National Football League. It's brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks, jacksharks.com. We go to Sharks correspondent, E to the T, the owner of a championship ring from 1 year ago. You're going to give that thing back? I mean, again, I've sent you down into the arena.
You have?
And you have not soldiered up, friend, and brought me home a W.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's just
some people are saying that it's the lack of commitment to the timeout energy.
Well, that's just unfortunate because some people are just wrong.
Oh, okay. So I'm getting bad reports that it's not that you have the buildings like a mausoleum, that you're not getting them fired up enough.
Oh, man, I light that thing up, man. Shout out to everybody who pulls up, man. And we're going to try again next time.
I mean, I hate this. I hate having to bring a coach on and going over
I forgot about that.
His recent bad memories, I like talking to Jason Gibson when we're motoring our way towards the title, but it's clear that this is an ongoing headache for him as he tries to get things figured out. They got beat pretty good the other night at home, huh?
Man, they got stepped on, man.
Yeah, and the one thing that we've had when it comes to the Sharks is we've had this at least reason that they or at least part of the reason they've been playing really good teams. They've had a really tough schedule. This was another 1-win team, I think, that came to town and played us this weekend.
This is supposed to be a dub.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that conversation. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to be upfront about it. It'll be quick. Coach, I'm sorry. I wish you were doing better. I know you're a good coach. This sucks. Good luck this weekend. JackSharks.com. Head coach Jason Gibson. I think he'd be fine with that.
Right.
I think we'll do that today. And he'll, what he'll say? He'll text me. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I'm seeing more and more people, and again, I hope this isn't because of some run around in shorts and T-shirt workouts inside the Miller Electric, training center. But more and more people are seeing, we need this dude. We need Brian Thomas to be our Jordan Jefferson home run. We need we need Brian Thomas to be our A.J. Brown home run. We need Brian Thomas to be that dude that gets picked anywhere from pick 20 of the draft through the 5th round. We need him to be our Stephon Diggs. We need him to be. I think we've stopped ourselves from diving into that pool
because it's, never worked that way here in Jacksonville. We've never drafted when you go back through the annals of your franchise and the best receiver you've drafted is what? Allen Robinson? Is that it? Is that where we're at?
That's where we're at.
That's pitiful. You know, we've been around 30 years almost, and the best receiver you've drafted in all rounds and all time is Allen Robinson, and you're not doing it right, man. And there seem to be more and more people now that are like putting this 2 and 2 together. Zay Jones is gone.
He gone.
Calvin Ridley is gone.
He gone.
You're filling in the blanks here with, Gabe Davis and Devin Duvernay and, Parker Washington. This is a first-round big play receiver. Let's see it, man. Let's get maybe we got our Jamar Chase. Maybe we got our Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams. By the way, almost anyone you name at the receiver position. Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown. Am I leaving anyone out? You throw Chase in there.
Chase?
Yeah, Chase is top 10. All these other jokers are middle of the first round through the 5th round. So here's where I'm headed. Kind of bring you back full circle here. Seeing more and more reports, and I read one from Greg Rosenthal of the NFL.com over the weekend. I was like, okay, I see what's happening here, man. This dude's a big play guy. His analytics were great. Jaguars love him there. They got a big hole at receiver. Hopefully this is the beginning of that young quarterback, young receiver. They've all had him. Mahomes just happens to be with a tight end, right? Mahomes just happens to be with Kelsey for the most part. He did have, Tyreek before that. Brady's happened to be with Gronk for the most part, but he also had his, big-time productive receivers, whether it's Edelman or Moss or Wes Welker or whoever. Mm-hmm. Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison. Joe Burrow has Jamar Chase. Josh Allen has Diggs.
All of them had that guy.
Tua has 2 of them. They all got him, man.
Tua got 2 of them.
You got 2 of them.
You do.
They all got him, and there just seems to be at least more opinion out there that, Brian, he's going to – listen, it's all merging perfectly for Brian Thomas Jr., It's perfect.
It is.
You got an ascending team. You're joining a good team. You got a good young quarterback. You got guys that can attract attention. You got to cover Christian Kirk. You got to cover Evan Ingram. This is a perfect for just like right out the gate, 7 for 109 and a touch week 1.
Didn't Calvin do something like that early?
He did. He had 100 and a score in the first half, man.
Yeah.
In that opener at Indy. But anyway, I'm just saying. All right, a dude, he wore 00 as a player when he played for the Raiders.
00?
Yeah, because his name was Jim Otto.
Okay, yeah.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's like a great player from this is the old school Raiders. Hall of Famer. It ain't easy to make the Hall of Fame as a center, is it?
No.
I mean, you got to really stand out.
You got to be a mover and a shaker.
That's correct. That's the best at what you do for a lot of years to get in the Hall of Fame as a center, and Jim Otto did just that for the Raiders. He's died over the weekend at the age of 86. Man, how quickly you forget dudes. Like this dude, I forgot. I think was it T.J. Yeldon draft? I don't know what draft we screwed up and took a running back ahead of David Johnson, who went to the Cardinals. Remember how good he was? 8 years ago now. After 8 years, only 8 years. Doesn't it feel like David Johnson came in the league about 15 years ago? That's how quick they churn through those running backs. He retired this year after 8 official seasons. I don't know the business side of this. I'm assuming there's going to be ramifications. I don't know if it's like the NIL level or who was the kid O'Bannon, for UCLA basketball sued like EA Sports and try and get. I don't know where this lands, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is in a spat in a lawsuit with Fanatics, who has the rights to all of the NFL jerseys, and he's like a holdout or something. So there's a lawsuit now being filed against Harrison by Fanatics. So if that scratches your itch, if you like the business side of sports, that's going on. If you'd like to go ahead and take a deeper dive on that.
All right, that's Football Fix. Let's come back. I want to get into some other sports topics. We've also got the 10-minute drill coming up in the 7 o'clock hour where E.T. will quiz me on just what's gone down this weekend. We'll visit with Tom Coughlin still to come. We have the Monday morning running back schedule with Fred Taylor, but we may be doing some shifting around depending on what the guest list looks like for us out here. I do think the guys go out on the golf course at like 8:30. So if we squeeze some in and shuffle some around, that's more likely to come here in this upcoming hour. So the sun is shining appropriately enough.
Booming.
It's a cool, windy day out here. Feels good, doesn't it?
I don't mind it at all.
Cool may be too strong a term. Coolish, though. Certainly not warm. It feels really, really beautiful out here. What a great year we picked to be outside. Normally, we're inside and upstairs. Normally.
This is a good move.
But we've been out here before, and, yeah, this was a good move, man. It has put me in a good mood to start a Monday morning. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Mike Dempsey.
I know the leagues. I know the teams. I know these players. I know this wonderful game called football.
Get your fill of NFL football on Jaguars Today. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Yeah. E to the T here, and the NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you'll never miss a shot to cash in or cash out. What MyBookie has to offer? Let me tell you. Early cash outs, daily odds boosts, quick bet settlements, live game lines, and some. All you have to do is head over to MyBookie and use promo code 1010XL. That's right. Use promo code 1010XL to get you that special bonus deposit. I'm telling you, MyBookie trying to hook you up. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Now at Hodges Mazda, take advantage of 0% APR on our versatile lineup of 2024 Mazda crossover SUVs. Lauren Brooks here. Choose from the off-road ready 2024 Mazda CX-50, the stylish 2024 Mazda CX-30, or the tailored for you Mazda CX-5. With 0% APR for 36 months, you choose the perfect CUV to drive home. Our professional non-commissioned sales team always puts your best interest first. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with 2 years free maintenance. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com. See dealer for details. Terms and fees for qualified applicants expires June 3rd, 2024.
I'm sure many of you guys feel like you wish you could be as fit as you were in your 20s. The dad bod is really tough to shed. I'm Dr. Lance Snyder, and I did something about it through Dr. Rappaport at the Jax Aesthetic Center. I'm active, I played college sports, and I still work out a few times a week. Nothing worked. As a doctor and a dad, I want to be around as long as possible and feel good about my body. Dr. Rappaport put together a personalized treatment plan that worked. It was easy for me to make appointments, get to those appointments, and get back to work in time. I also recommend the Incella chair for any urinary issues or ED. Dr. Rappaport has state-of-the-art treatment options for men. And the M-Sculpt Neo is an abs blast. 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. Give yourself your own gift this Father's Day at the Jax Aesthetic Center. Build muscle and lose fat. Call or text today, 904-808-2455. That's 904-808-2455. You won't be sorry.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances, that's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREZ. Zero Res.
This is Dr. George Bari inviting you to look online at BariOrthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics and online at BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
It's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update sponsored by First Coast Honda Dealers. ESPN Jeremy Fowler is reporting that Jaguar and star quarterback Trevor Lawrence are in talks for a contract extension that will pay Lawrence $50 million per year. Trevor has expressed his desire to stay with the Jags.
You know, I'd love to obviously be a Jag for as long as possible.
Swing and a long fly ball into right field, headed for that scoreboard. Adios! Home run, Cade Curlin. And the Gators take the lead here in the fourth inning.
Over the weekend, Florida baseball scored all the runs they would need during the fourth. They will take on the number 8 seeded Vanderbilt in the opening round of the SEC tournament on Tuesday. Jacksonville Dolphin baseball dropped the rubber match of their 3-game series against Eastern Kentucky over the weekend. The team will be competing for the ASUN championship this upcoming week. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:10, it's 71 degrees. Time and temper brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Let's reset for you near top of the hour, 7 o'clock, actually 7:10 on a Monday morning. Sky's beginning to clear where we are, and that is the Stadium Course, TPC Sawgrass. It's the Tom Coughlin Celebrity Golf Classic, the J Fund Celebrity Golf Classic. Money raised for childhood cancer, families being affected by it here locally. We will talk with the former Jaguars head coach and namesake of this J Fund. Jay McGillis would be the namesake, but the host of this J Fund each and every year, and all the terrific work they have done in this endeavor, certainly. So we will we'll do that as we get up, madam. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com, and it is quite the beautiful morning here. It has been it's been a pretty good run of late for that was a very adept, very, I thought, professional, experienced pulling off of the headset, covering the microphone with one hand, vampire covering my about to sneeze mouth with the other, and getting it done. I thought it was.
Bless you.
I mean, if you just saw what happened there on the transfer portal, on the YouTube, I'm looking at a transfer portal story. Then yeah, you would have to be. I mean, the dexterity, the aplomb. There's a lot that went on there that was.
It was monumental for sure. I was watching it. I was panicking. Yeah.
Right.
So,
yeah. No, I got it done. Yeah, I got it done just fine. Billy Napier has hit again in the portal, and the last time they went to Arizona State and got a receiver, it worked out pretty good. In fact, Florida schools have had good luck going to Arizona State and plucking wide receivers. FSU went that route as well. Ricky Pearsall came from Arizona State, and one of Pearsall's now former teammates pledged and joined the Gators out of the transfer portal over the weekend. He's wide receiver Elijah Badger. I mean, you're talking about a guy who can go get you, 65 catches for 900 yards, 7-8 touchdowns. It was a position of need. He's another one of those guys. Okay, last 2 years, it looks like 130-something catches, double-digit touchdowns. 1,500 yards and no touchdowns across 10 touchdowns. Yeah, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns the last 2 years. 866 yards 1 year. It's a plug-and-play, immediate they compare him with Trey Wilson and the DK kid that they got out of Wisconsin, who's a former teammate of Graham Mertz. So it's just a position of need. Cormani McClain, of course, we talked about, the former high school 5-star, joined last year. They got 2 guys who technically are freshmen, but because they had signed already with schools, they came via the transfer portal. But they've added a couple of those guys, and when all's said and done, Florida's sitting here with 4 or 5 kids in the top 50 to 60 out of the portal, filling some needs. I saw Steve Spurrier was at a Gator meeting out in maybe Tampa, Orlando. Was asked to give his prediction on what he thought Florida would be / do this year. And, while stopping short of guaranteeing what they would do, he definitely said what they better do, and that is have a winning record, win a bowl game, get going in the right direction, and hopefully for Billy Napier, the kind of springboard that can, quite frankly, save his job, much less accentuate it to a level that the Florida fan keeps waiting on. The college baseball season has come to an end. We go to the conference tournaments. I'm sorry that Dan isn't here to fill you all in on all the little, nuances. I know FSU softball and Florida softball have both moved on to super regionals. I can tell you that much. I know that Florida beat Georgia 2 out of 3 in baseball, and this weekend, whether or not that's enough to revive flickering hopes of making it back to the NCAA tournament. They scored 19 runs yesterday, most all season long. Remember, they had the 24-run explosion against LSU in the World Series final last year, but they took 2 out of 3 over Georgia this weekend. I think they're 2 games over 500 overall going into the SEC tournament where they'll play Vandy. And odds are, if you care about this, you know it already, so I'll move along pretty quickly, but just in that kind of Gator vein over the weekend. The PGA Championship goes to, if you didn't join us at the top of the show, it doesn't take much for me to have rapid departures in the stance, okay? And a guy that I projected as a beady-eyed, perhaps choker going into the weekend, rose up and he won a major, and so many of the reasons that I didn't like Xander Schauffele were erased with the way that he had success this weekend. And that's how it goes. I said this earlier. That's how it goes with the Prosser Sports Hate Power Rankings. Oh, boy, you can get on and off those things quick. And part of the reason that Xander Schauffele annoyed me such and had such firm control near the top, quite frankly, maybe top 3 heading into the weekend on the Prosser Sports Hate Power Rankings, and poof, he gone. Completely gone, off the radar. What annoyed me about Xander Schauffele was all the complaining about this money not being enough and that money not being enough and not trusting this position of power and that, and seemingly unaware that he gets to go play golf courses, not win golf tournaments, and make $6-8 million a year. For those of us that have been around for longer than a minute, we understand how stupid that money is for the relative lack of accomplishment to accrue it. And so we got way too many guys. I mean, again, I'm not talking about the NFL here. A ratings bonanza that just carries its monster weight through its viewing season. Ain't nobody watching PGA golf. You guys are lucky to make multi-million dollars for doing what you do. And so Schauffele is a guy who wouldn't bow up and win things when it mattered, but still made a lot of money. And I'm not saying he never won golf tournaments, but no majors and very visible shortcomings in prime positions. To complain that, your $8 million you won last year wasn't enough just annoys me. But when you go out and win a golf tournament like he won, when you have the lead from start to finish,
you're doing all this, by the way, still completely in the shadow of what Rory McIlroy did to you last week. Now, you're in the Wells Fargo, and you got a lead on Rory McIlroy, and he just came from behind and embarrassed you. Left to people once again saying, well, there's old Xander Schauffele. He's close, but he can't win. And so you went wire to wire. You at least held the lead after every single round of this major. You shot a 62, only the 4th time that's been done in major history. And, oh, by the way, you have one of the other times. It's since been done a 5th time by Shane Lowry. And then with every opportunity to fold on Sunday, with some hiccups that look like those could have been the breaking points, you answered each time. He bogeyed 10 to fall back into a lead. He frittered away a lead. He made a double early in his round and gave up a 2-shot lead. He bogeyed what should be a birdie hole the 10th, and then late in his round he made another bogey that put those guys within striking distance. Ultimately, Bryson DeChambeau tied him on 18. And so for Xander Schauffele, they didn't have to go birdie 18 and have to make a little 7-foot birdie to do it. Yeah, you earn your way out of all those annoyances that I had with you. Not that where he stands on my curb of appeal matters. Doesn't matter at all. But I'm just saying, if you're expecting me to, I've told you this. I've told ET. I've been saying this for 20 years doing radio. I reserve the right to change my mind. And he worked his way off of that list for me. So expunged, gone from not even on the Sports Hate Power Rankings. I'm going to slide into his spot, Patrick Cantlay. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking for another rant, there will sure to be have the capability of having one. Perhaps maybe on Patrick Cantlay as we move forward. But I can look at this leaderboard. It was a great golf tournament from this standpoint. That leaderboard was jam-packed, man. It was like all weekend long. Schauffele jumped to that nice first-round lead, but then a lot of guys got into it. And as you tick down, especially through the top 7, and even you can go beyond that, because I'm going to start with a guy. If you think caddies aren't important, you might rethink it after Scotty Scheffler's weekend. We all know what happened Friday morning when he was picked up by police. And by the way, that's just all going to go away. You know that is. And they're, I'm certain that they realize in Louisville that, this is just, let's go with this is a misunderstanding. I do believe, I saw Scotty Scheffler's interview on Friday after his round when he said, I can't talk about this, and then talked about it. I believe that he was waved around by someone earlier in the process, right? I believe that. I think he thought he was doing okay, and I think he misunderstood what they were trying to tell him until someone was grabbing him. And, and that led to this tremendous high-stress misunderstanding in which the police weren't playing. And they took him to jail where he's, basically saying this is BS and doing warm-up stretches in a jail cell. And then went out Friday and was awesome. Shot like a 5 under par. Yeah. It was in perfect position. Well, then the Scheffler crew, also known as Team Family, where, the golfer is on standby to go watch a baby. Well, his caddy on Saturday, little known fact, his caddy left. He had a son that was graduating high school. Oh. And so he left for his kid's graduation. And Scheffler, for the first time in 42 rounds of golf, didn't break par. Shot 73. Was 2 over. He shot himself out of the tournament. And then yesterday he went crazy again, so to speak. Had like a 65. He got it all the way back to 13 under par. But for those that said, if on Saturday, if his caddy'd been there and he'd had a good round, I think he would have been short. I mean, he's 8 shots behind Xander. He shot 73. That means he would have had to shoot 65 to get into a playoff. I guess it's possible, but that's a big swing for whatever it is. Let's don't even attach it to the caddy. Let's just say he doesn't have this incredibly un-Scheffler-like performance on Saturday. Maybe he's part of it. Does Xander Schauffele have the same success? Does he have the same Sunday afternoon if he's in a final round pairing with Scotty Scheffler? And when he's making some of those mistakes early and Scheffler's, does that change how this could have gone? Colin Morikawa ended up tied for 4th. He ended up being the perfect pairing for a guy who could be prone to the pressure and who was trying to close out a major victory. Colin Morikawa was perfect. He was an impotent little bumblebee. Hey, butterfly, come fly along on my shoulder as we play this round. The dude did nothing but make little
old man pars.
I like butterflies.
Just right down the fairway, there's a bluebird on my shoulder. His name's Colin Morikawa. Colin, whistle for me. Hey, man, go give me a sandwich while I make the turn. I'm going to go try and win a major. I don't know what you're doing, but it's certainly not cutthroat golf. Morikawa, ultimately, by the end of the day, I think made one bogey and one birdie, but he parred like his first 13, 14 holes. You can't. What are you doing? You're in the final group at a major. So that did it for him. Bryson DeChambeau, who shockingly, in another shocking Prosser plot twist, was who I found myself rooting for. You see how objective I am, E.T.?
Which is wild.
They think I'm all pigeonholed and this, that. No, I'm not. I'm the most objective guy talking right now.
Actual, factual.
Bryson DeChambeau made a run. He made a heck of a birdie putt on 18. He rolled one in from about 12, 13 feet. Which put him in a tie with Schauffele before his heroics in the final group, and he made a birdie. Victor Hovland still in search of that first major. Look, he needed to birdie. He was 19 under going to the last hole. He could have joined DeChambeau and hopefully Schauffele at 19. He missed his birdie, and then he missed his comebacker for par, so he actually fell to 18 under par. Morikawa was really the only one there. Scheffler made a little bit of run. It was a good weekend for Justin Thomas. He was 13 under. Rory, again, still in search of trying to win a major. It's been a lot of years. He was 12th at 12 under. It just it fell for Xander Schauffele, I think, from the standpoint of who he was paired with and how his playing competitor played in that final round. I think the confident mindset he was able to get into. And he went and won it. And he went and won the golf tournament. He didn't back into it. No one choked it away. He, from, start to finish, controlled a major championship to win one for the first time. Now we'll see. Certainly Xander Schauffele has a game. I mean, again, the part of the annoyance was underachievers. Underachievers are my pet peeve in what we do. Guys that I think should win more than they do and don't annoy me. And there have been a bunch of them along the way, and as they win, that annoyance in them goes away. I had that annoyance toward Phil Mickelson for years and years and years. I'm getting Lefty and Beaver Cleaver shoved down my throat, but Tiger and Els and all these other guys are winning. Well, finally, Phil started winning and won 5 or 6 majors, and whatever criticisms you want to lodge, can't win the big ones is the one that no longer applies. It's why you. At least me, that's why I take to a guy like Brooks Koepka. I appreciate these dudes that go out and win in the biggest and most ultimate of circumstances for their sports. In team sports, those are titles and MVPs, and in golf, it's winning these majors, man.
Yeah.
These big ones, right? All right, let's come back. NBA conference finals are now set, so we can. Dive into some of that and more as I put ET to work finally. I mean, he's just bebopping around with, cranberry and breakfast sandwiches. But the 10-minute drill will back and forth some sports topics. We are live at the Tom Coughlin J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. A lot of the dudes starting to show up. They go off, I think, 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. And we'll talk to Tom before he heads out and hopefully another couple as well. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Your home value is way up, and you can use that money right now. Pay off credit cards, remodel your house, both, whatever you want. Prosser here for Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto can convert that home equity into cash in as little as 2 weeks with no cost to you and zero hassle. Mike and Joan in Ponte Vedra called Loan Pronto. They did a Loan Pronto zero-cost cash-out refi. They got a check for $100,000, used $50 to pay off all their credit cards and a car loan, and used the other $50 to upgrade their master bath and kitchen. They locked in new APR in the 2s and lowered their total monthly bills by hundreds of dollars. Hello? What are you waiting on? Call Loan Pronto now. Convert your home value into cash and put that money to good use. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hacker here with an update. I'm now down 65 pounds in less than 3 months with Awaken 180. It's been incredible. You've seen it on social media. If not, take a look. I'm the guy with 65 less pounds around his midsection. Since I started, I had to get lower dose medication for both blood pressure and cholesterol. That meant a trip to the pharmacy. When I walked in, the pharmacist did a double take, the same way my doctor did. Didn't even recognize me. It's a pretty cool feeling, knowing I'm transforming into the new me. If I can do Awaken 180 and succeed, trust me, so can you. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying your favorite foods. With Awaken 180, you get to lose weight without giving up what you love. Are you ready to make the call to Awaken 180? Call right now, 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Or do what I did and check them out at awaken180weightloss.com. Start changing your life today with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Listen, gang, when it comes to insurance, we tend to all think the same way, right? We pay a lot of money monthly, and then if something happens to us and we need our insurance people, they need to be there. That's what the Kaproskis do. Craig and Chris have teamed up to take care of all of our insurance needs. And when I say take care of it, I mean it. The customer service is something that the Kaproskis don't take lightly. You call them, they call you right back. I've seen it happen time and time again. How do I know? Because they help me, they help my family. So if it's homeowners, auto, flood, boat insurance, small business, the Kaproskis will always be there for you at your time of need. Get an insurance checkup. Easy to get a hold of Craig.Kaproski at goosehead.com. Craig.Kaproski, K-O-P-R-O-S-K-I at goosehead.com, or call them, 478-8422, 478-8422. Craig and Chris Kaproski are part of the Goosehead Insurance family and part of our family, too.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Prime Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Is your old AC trying to keep up with the Florida heat?
At JTM Comfort Services, they understand the importance of a reliable AC system. That's why they offer financing on qualified repairs and replacements. Don't suffer through another scorching summer. Upgrade now to a new, energy-efficient system. Visit jtmcooling.com to learn more and schedule your consultation. Veteran and family owned.
Your comfort is your name. Call my dad to keep you in the game.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Folks, the First Coast has voted. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to be chosen as Bold City's best in 4 categories: Best Orthopedic Practice, Physical Therapy, Pain Management, and Foot Care Clinic. For the last 30 years, JOI has continually strived for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. As the needs of the community evolve, so will they. That's why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call them at JOI 2000 or visit JOI.net. JOI, where the pros go.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Play it.
Hit it.
Yeah, hit it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
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 Yeah. Anyway,
It's a 10-minute drill, baby.
We're the 10-minute drill. You don't know. No, you don't know. If you don't know,
Learning
you don't know.
pains.
His wall, his B bar, his sound bar is it's lovely.
Yeah,
It looks like
it's
Christmas.
that conversation y'all have in the production meeting. The game within the game when it comes to the schedule. By the way, I'm going to put you to work. I'm going to cruise. You ask me questions, and I'll wow you with my perspective. But I will start with this. Like this game, the game within the game of the schedule release has become these trying to one-up each other with these productions, right? Like the Jaguars set the bar so high last year, they'll never reach it. So I feel sorry. I guess this year they went like anime or cartoon or Marvel or whatever it is they did.
X-Men.
I didn't even watch that one. That's just not my vibe. I guess I'm sure it is for a lot of people. I thought last year's where they brought in that hotshot TV producer and they, did the NFL scripted thing. I thought that was funny. I enjoyed it, but there's competition around the league to be as clever as you can.
Yes, there is.
If you're in any kind of entertainment or creative industry, the thing that might annoy you more than anything else is when someone takes your creativity and then without even pretending that you were at the very least the inspiration behind it, just kind of re-cueing it, doing it as your own.
Just take your stuff.
We get you see these come, it's big, this joke stealing when it comes to comics. And now look, sometimes two creative people can, separate from each other, have a similar observation.
That is very true.
But when you get down to like specifics of how you package it or what you might do, then you got to be careful, man. Though there's a creative, propriety there that maybe it's not a legal, threshold that you're crossing, but best be careful you work again in this town, son.
This is
one
true.
of those deals, right? Well, Cleveland Browns are taking a little bit of heat this morning, and their crack staff. They turned out a bowling-themed video to announce their 2024 schedule. It was met with rave reviews from the fans. The franchise now being accused of theft. You see, there's a jeans company. It's a growth and brand. The guy who runs the growth and brand for Muggsy Jeans noted some incredibly striking similarities between the Browns' schedule release video and a commercial his company released last year. In particular, Schwartz pointed to both videos featuring professional bowling legend Pete Weber, with the Browns video including multiple shots that looked awfully similar to the ones used in the jeans commercial, right down to it taking place in the exact same bowling alley.
Oh, come on, man.
So, they said this, we love Pete and we get it, big dogs got to eat, but come on, Browns, be better. Come up with original ideas. One time for me. We will not sue. However, we will ask that the NFL buys 1 million pairs of jeans. So, yeah, and by the way, if you look at the two, they did. Some dude in the Browns, media department saw an idea and said, hey, well, you can't, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, there's no great new ideas, only stolen ones, right? It's repackaging some of, there's like, I don't forget the number, there's like 7 movie plots and that's it. There you branch off of like these, and I don't know what they are, and I haven't listed, but I'm just saying there's definitely there's a similarity, a commonality to, we've all watched movies that are daggone the exact same movie, right? We've all watched, there's a lot of similarities, but when somebody produces something, and this is also big in the social media, where people will take, like somebody will do a thumbnail, and then somebody will take it and they'll just put themselves and their story over the exact same.
And call it theirs.
Yes. Right. And so that's if you're going to play the game at the NFL level and you're going to you know what's coming when you do these schedule releases and you work for an NFL team. You know what's coming.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be vetted. It's almost like a Super Bowl commercial. It's become that kind of like competition. It feels like. Does any team, and I'm sure there are a couple old school, but does any team not put out a schedule release? It's like now. It's like a competitive thing. You bring in Hollywood stars. You pay all outrageous
put money in,
production costs. Well, so you got to be aware that if you're going to do that, you can't. I couldn't go out with a mustache and a mullet and do the schedule with you might be a Jaguar fan if.
Right,
that's kind of somebody else's idea.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not to say that sometimes you don't completely parody something that's been done,
you gotta
better
make it
by someone
man.
else, but you better at least. I don't know, man. That's too close to home. It's a regional, almost commercial in the same area that they are. But yeah, be careful if you're playing that game. What do you got there, my brother? How was your weekend? What you got going on?
Man, our boy Shohei is in the news again.
What did he do now?
Well,
I saw there's a Braves player, by the way, got wrapped up into that little gambling ring. So good, get him out of there.
So all right, so there might be a correlation there. So Shohei hit a walk-off home run, obviously,
over the weekend.
Over the weekend, but there's reports, and you probably haven't heard it, but one of his former teammates also apparently placed bets with that same bookie.
That's the Brave guy.
That's the Brave
Fletcher.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there might be some stuff behind that.
Well, I don't know what Fletcher's relationship or friendship or whatever is with Ipe. Ipe is the translator who's going to take the entire hit, the entire fall.
Yeah, taking the fall.
Here's kind of where I've landed on the whole thing. And the older I get, the easier it is for me to buy what used to be considered conspiracy theories. I almost now think of just realities of life and big business. And somebody in power wants something stifled, shut down, eliminated. They stifle, shut down, eliminate it. Mm-hmm. And the biggest of the big boys in Major League Baseball and the Justice Department don't want this smoke of some international star being up for federal. There's a million ways it can go side. They're just betting sports. Throw Ipe to the wolves.
Right, that's
Can't
it.
be Shohei.
It can't be.
Can't
right.
be him. He's the face of the league. He's making all this money. And again, man, if those things are true, what you going to do? You're going to go to, to the biggest international maybe star in the world right now, certainly up there with the soccer players.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani is about as big an international
superstar
as there is. And what you going to do? You going to put him in the clink? Huh? You going to put him in jail? No. Let's. Who's that dude? What's this? Yeah, that guy's it. He was also betting. Yeah, let's just get him. Yeah, he bet some too though. Shohei, just so I'm sure, but he was betting some too, right?
He only bet a little bit, but then he bet.
Yeah, it was him. Right. So, but I didn't even read. It was a headline. This guy Fletcher is his last name's Fletcher. I think it's Mark Fletcher. Don't even quote me. Although the way the Braves are batting the last couple of games, maybe he should hit cleanup. But yeah, I just saw that he was the line. It doesn't surprise me. Dudes are betting. It doesn't surprise me, but it should. Because these guys got it too good, these pro ball players, to be betting this penny ante stakes. In other news, your boy here was an Underdog Champions winner this weekend. Little 5 turned into 95.
Shout out.
Shout out to the Underdog Champions. Yeah, get that Underdog app, gang. We'll get you going on that one. That's right. I went all, you know how I did it? I did it with all PGA.
Yeah.
I did it with all golfers yesterday, like certain amount of birdies, higher or lower, overall score, higher or lower. Scheffler back. We should be rolling on this. This is prime, endorsement opportunity right there. But when it comes to gambling, man, it's just so pervasive. You better. I think there's always going to be, just like there's that percentage of folks that go to work today and are going to drink on the job. There's a percentage of guys that are going to go in the professional sports. They're going to be gambling, and it's going to be hidden, and most people will probably never know. I mean, it's always been against the rules I can remember, and we got the statute of limitations now. I can remember back in the mid '90s, 97, 8ish, working at First Coast News at the time, and having relationships with a bunch of Jags for various different things, for programming and otherwise. A certain Jaguar sat right there in the sports office at Channel 12, fired up his bookie, and reeled off about 8 winners. gave about 8 picks. Just kind of right there. So I mean, it's been around for a long time. The thing now is it's different. It's like back in the day, you had to be more worried because you could make more money gambling than you could playing, right? Mm-hmm. And when you're not paying a lot of money, to a player, and he's making $41K playing, and he can get involved with this and do this, that, or the other. They use inside info or intel or other, and make 3 times that. Then that becomes a danger. Whereas now you're just risking too much. Like this kid for Toronto that threw his whole career away.
Oh man,
huh?
Porter.
Yeah, threw his whole career away to what? To play FanDuel?
He's done.
I mean, what are we doing? I mean, it's just there's so many more challenges. And here's a former coach himself. There's so many more challenges for coaches now, man. I mean, at every level. They got all this stuff going on between the social media, the NIL, the transfer, gambling. You don't want to be like a pro. I mean, these are kids, man. These are 20 to 26-year-old. They get bored. They fire on games. They fire on FanDuel. They do it, man.
Right, easy.
So, and it's sillier now because they make so much money.
Right.
Again,
Exactly. There's too much money out there.
That urge to capitalize, financially was probably there in the day. Now, man, you're throwing away millions for silliness. What else you got?
The conference championship matchups are all set.
Yeah.
We got Ant-Man going against
I should have stayed on that horse. He ended up making it.
He did.
Yeah, he didn't have a great game yesterday, but he's got an attitude about him.
He got a moxie.
Energy. He's got an energy.
Yeah, and he wasn't having.
And they follow it.
They follow it.
Yeah, they play D too now. They got some defensive guys, and Denver's just a little off, man. It is. I said this earlier. Coach knows this. It's hard to win championships. I mean, we just we go to the parade, we have fun and all, but it's hard to win them, man. And either you got somebody who's generational or you have like a magical run. Mm-hmm. You got to have, or you have, like in Coach Campo's day, but with back in the days, unless you just got a triplet. So you got something about your team it's so much better than the rest of the league that, it's going to come a little easier for you. But it's hard to win champion. It's hard to win a major. It's hard to win a Super Bowl. It's hard to win a World Series. And Denver won it all last year, and they got the MVP, and they got a great team, and they got good chemistry, and they got good culture, and the Lakers led them by 20 every game in the first round, and in the second round they lose a home Game 7 to a team that don't even play Game 7s, Minnesota.
Right.
It's hard to win, and so what an interesting Western Conference final.
And then on the other side,
did you? I think this was the Shazam I had earlier that I lost. I think I found it again. I've regained the Shazam.
Okay, bet.
Did you see Kyrie's history in elimination games?
Did y'all see 11-0 or something?
It was 12-0 going into yesterday, and they won again. When he is on the team that has the other team facing elimination, he's now undefeated 13-0. So it's pretty. So if you're the Mavs, for the rest of the postseason,
you want to go.
You just got to get to 3.
Yeah, that's it.
You ain't got to win 4. The Mavs only have to win 3 out of 7, not 4 out of 7, because Kyrie has now gone 13-0 when his team is in a clinching situation.
That's wild.
All right, that's the 10-minute drill. We're out here live at the Tom Coughlin J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. A lot of friendly faces, a lot of friends, both to Tom Coughlin and to. This really mission of his, and it's a terrific weekend for everyone, and we'll visit with Coach and more as we move along here on this Monday morning. The weather has turned out quite beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Nice little cool breeze. Sun is shining. We're out here fighting the elements, man.
I'm telling you.
We're like the Pirates of the Caribbean when we arrived here. I mean, massive. Hit me in the face. I'm wondering if setting up outside was the right idea, if that was the right play.
I'm telling you.
So,
I got some razzle-dazzle, too, though.
Okay, and also Jack's Concrete Coatings. I want to mention them. 10-minute drill sponsor. I had them out to the house. You know what I've found that getting the garage done does? It makes me keep the garage clean. It's still the garage, but the concrete coatings flooring, and it's so nice. And I
can see that.
Like I blow the garage out now twice a week. You know the last time I blew the garage out? It was like 2013. Something like that back in the day. All right, we'll head to break. It is the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com, and we're back with more next.
Hit it! The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Jaguars legend, Tony Baselli.
1010XL.
Hey, stop paying for exterior paint that doesn't protect your home or business. Hicken here for my friends at Rhino Shield. Man, those beautifully durable coatings. And I'm telling you, they're beautiful and they're durable. They never chip, crack, or peel. You want that backed up? They back it up. 25-year warranty. Who does that? Rhino Shield. Prevents unsightly mold, mildew, and algae. Prevents water intrusion from those crazy storms that we get in Northeast Florida. Fights salt corrosion, Class A fire rating. And by the way, that's while saving you thousands compared to the cost of repainting over and over again. Getting 0% financing, up to 20% off right now. Great low pricing. Never been easier to paint your home with Rhino Shield. Take the first step today. Get your free estimate at rhinoshieldjax.com. Go to rhinoshieldjax.com. Sign up and get that free estimate and enjoy.
Why Arlington Toyota? Because summer starts here. That's right, it's the Summer Starts Here sales event, and Arlington has a huge selection of new vehicles in stock in one location. And every new purchase comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty, unlimited time, and miles. Plus, you get 60 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. Plus, Arlington's Credit Helper program to help get you financed. There's even complimentary car wash with every service, and so much more. Shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting! Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522. Serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Fish are good at hiding. Captain Kevin can help you find them.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Find more fish on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Thursday nights at 6.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss on 1010XL AM.
If you're an experienced, skilled plumber or welder that's MedGas certified and you're tired of working for a company that just doesn't treat you right, Local 234 is the place for you. Their pay is the best in the business. You'll walk away with $35.09 an hour in your pocket. With benefits, that's just over $50 an hour. Local 234 has been around since 1901, and that means something. Visit UA234.com to send your resume. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Yo, It's your boy E to the T, and the NBA playoffs are here, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you'll never miss a shot of making that straight cash, homie. You can even live stream and bet on the game right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide. Cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays. And new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sports book. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today by using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we are back here. It's the Tom Coughlin Celebrity, the J-Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. Lots of folks are showing up. A lot of friendly faces that we run into out here as they'll get these guys out on the golf course. I see Coach chatting up Trent Baalke as we speak. Look at this. I mean, Coach Campo, you're supposed to be let me see this thing. What are we? There we go. That was tough, wasn't it? These guys.
Here we go.
These coaches.
We're set now. Listen, I could stop an in sweep, but to put some technical stuff on, that's not me.
I hear you. Well, you've taken to this event. You told me you don't play much golf over the course of a year, but this is certainly one of the times that you do.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, Coach Coughlin, what he's done, I mentioned to you off the show that I told him he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, but he's already in the Hall of Fame for what he's done with this tournament and what he's done with the foundation. So, one thing about coaches, it's a fraternity, and you stick together. I coached against them for many years, and the one thing impressed me more than anything else was his discipline. When they and there's no reason, there is a reason why this thing is gone because of that discipline. And at the combine for 20-something years, 23 years. Tom sat at the 10-yard line and watched the 40-yard dashes, but time in the 10s at the same spot every year. And that's what, has always impressed me about him.
Yeah, and when you say that, that's going past the point where it was all electronic and they would let you know what it is. But, I've been to many pro day workouts with Coach way back in the day. That was he was certainly going to be thorough. He's been thorough with the J-Fun. And, look, it's – we talked earlier, I was saying on the air when you were standing by, and it's hard to win championships. I think as fans, we kind of lose track of that. And so, to win, and you've been parts of teams that have won titles, and, Tom Coughlin won 2 Super Bowls, and this is probably a bigger win than all of it.
Well, first of all, I'll tell you this. It is tough, and especially, when you look at what the Cowboys have done since we went to the Super Bowl in 30.
A whole lot of nothing. It's been almost 30 years, by the way.
But they've been 12-4, 12-4, 12-4 the last 3 years, but they get into the playoffs. It's a different story. To really be able to go all the way is very difficult.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah. Where are you on the Jaguars? And it's inevitably the Trevor Lawrence extension that's going to be announced. That'll get done. I mean, if you listen to the show, I'm 1,000% on that one. I think that's the least of our worries. Right. Certainly, it's an area that needs to be improved, but it's easy to go from optimistic to pessimistic with the way last season ended, but you know this from being a part of it. They'll put that thing to bed. Is there any concern at all about a carryover? Like, I kind of think the Chargers had a little bit of carryover malaise from the way their season ended in our hands. And how do you guard against that as coach?
Well, first of all, I think they're in better shape right now than they were a year ago, to be perfectly honest with you. I think there was a lot of feeling themselves a year ago. And coming off the way they finished. You know, it's all about what you do for me lately and what you do from day to day to get yourself ready to be, you know, to have a great year. I think you look at that and you say, hey, we really screwed up last year. We better get going. And I think that mentality is better. The other thing I really like, to be honest with you, I feel like iron sharpens iron.
Okay.
And the AFC South is going to be a tough
Getting
division.
better, yeah.
So last year, all they heard was, oh, they're going to walk through the division. They're going to, you know, they should win every game and all these different things. And I think that bodes badly.
Okay.
But this year, they're going to have to bow up and play every ball game. And
Yeah.
I think that, to me, is a real positive.
I will say this. That first four.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason, like historically, when you look at teams, if they start either 0-2 or 1-3, it's a long climb back to being a playoff team, and that's a schedule where you wouldn't have to play bad football, and you have to fight to be 2-2 maybe. So those first four are really important, huh?
Yes, they are, and I think that's good because the entire training camp, that's what they're going to be looking at. You know, when you're looking at playing against a team that hasn't, you know, was 2 and whatever the year before, you don't put the same mental feeling into it. I think you still do the physical, everything that you're supposed to do. But, you know, that's going to be tough. And we were one of the teams with the Cowboys. We lost our first 2 ball games one of the Super Bowl years.
Yeah, that's called no Emmett. Yeah.
No Emmett.
Yeah, no Emmett's what that's called. Yeah, I knew what that was.
You were talking about earlier? We were missing one.
Yeah, that's right.
And it didn't take Jerry long after the second one.
That's right.
All right, back in for the third one.
You win.
Yeah, so, you know, I really think that when you're looking to play really good football teams, I think you prepare differently. It's just, I think it's human nature. And to be honest with you, I think Trevor Lawrence really has a lot to prove this year.
I do too.
I think he's that kind of a guy that I'm hopeful that he's going to rebound and really do well.
I'm with you on that. Coach, good to see you. Dave Campo.
Yes, thanks a lot.
You hear him on the 1010XL, but good to have this opportunity to meet up with you. Probably last time was out here last year.
Yes.
Tom Coughlin next. We'll talk to the Godfather, the grand poobah of this J-Fun and all the weekend that it is, how far this has come, how important it is to him, and more. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're live at TPC Sawgrass, just outside here at the stadium course where they will be playing, teeing it up and playing this beautiful golf course just a little bit later this morning. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Connect with 1010XL.
On the line, online, with your friends. Now everyone's exchanging ideas.
Find 1010XL on your social channels. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Ladies and gentlemen, it only happens once a year. It's always fun. It's our Memorial Day weekend backlot clearance. 267 new and used vehicles in our backlot have been marked down to the max to include vehicles under $10,000. But when they're gone, it's over. Our once-a-year Memorial Day backlot clearance starts Friday and ends on Monday at 10 p.m. sharp. You cannot afford to miss this sale. Only at Beaver Toyota St. Augustine and Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
I'm sure many of you guys feel like you wish you could be as fit as you were in your 20s. The dad bod is really tough to shed. I'm Dr. Lance Snyder, and I did something about it through Dr. Rappaport at the Jax Aesthetic Center. I'm active, I played college sports, and I still work out a few times a week. Nothing worked. As a doctor and a dad, I want to be around as long as possible and feel good about my body. Dr. Rappaport put together a personalized treatment plan that worked. It was easy for me to make appointments, get to those appointments, and get back to work in time. I also recommend the Incella chair for any urinary issues or ED. Dr. Rappaport has state-of-the-art treatment options for men. And the M-Sculpt Neo is an abs blast. 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. Give yourself your own gift this Father's Day at the Jax Aesthetic Center. Build muscle and lose fat. Call or text today, 904-808-2455. That's 904-808-2455. You won't be sorry.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Get grilling this Memorial Day weekend with Southern Steer. How about marinated steak tips, 5 pounds or more at just $16.99 a pound? Specials listed online run this week from Wednesday to Monday.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Homeowners and investors, the choice of title company is yours. When making that decision, choose the team of St. John's Title, LLC. As board-certified expert attorney-owned firm with decades of experience, we provide the utmost in precision and professionalism. Conveniently located offices and in-home remote closing options, we serve your needs. Whether refinancing or selling your property, our customer-first approach is tailor-made to your timeline. With a seasoned team of experts and 5-star testimonials from customers across the First Coast, visit stjohnstitle.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Oh, can I buy a valve?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Oh, can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. Xander Schauffele has finally won a major thanks to a clutch birdie on the 18th of the PGA Championship in Valhalla. It was all about staying focused.
I tried all day to just keep focused on what I'm trying to do. And had some weird kind of breaks coming into the house, but it's all good now.
Signs of a promising fall season for the Orange and Blue as 247sports.com puts the Gators in the top 5 of college football teams' transfer rankings. Billy Napier and company brought in 15 new players via the portal. North Florida baseball dropped its regular season finale against Florida Gulf Coast University over the weekend. The Ospreys needed a win against FGCU to advance to conference postseason play, but couldn't pull out the victory at home. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 72 degrees, it's 8:05. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we are back. It's such a special weekend. And so we're so proud to be engaged with and in partnership with Tom Coughlin and his J Fund. And in this case, it's the Celebrity Golf Classic. It's been the wine tasting. It's been there. It is. There's you know, as we bring in the Godfather,
I need that.
Tom Coughlin. Okay, I'm just thinking maybe the families might need to get together and have a talk because there's pretty glaring absence this weekend, Tom.
Yeah.
Pretty. I mean, the head of the Hicken family.
I've heard rumors.
I mean, Tom, it's not like he's off, raising more money for children's cancer. I mean, but I'm told he's just living it up, golfing Pebble Beach and, gallivanting around.
That's what they say.
We may need to have a basement meeting, a few bottles of wine.
What I don't understand, though, is, I mean, are there not 365 in this?
Thank you.
In the year? And, I mean, do we have to celebrate this on today? Last night, as a matter of fact, do we have to do that? Then do we have to travel?
That's the question. I'm glad I'm just making sure that you, as the Don, the Godfather of it all, that you're at least aware. Well, I consider this to be a personal disrespect.
He's going to have to come kiss the finger, man.
He's got some work to do, but it went fine without him. In all seriousness, they always do a great job. Do you?
The dynamics are a little different because Patrick had never done it before.
For sure.
So the tempo is a little bit,
sure. And Hicken's such a ham that he can get himself out of any mess.
He did a really good job. Yeah.
Pat's a really nice young man, as I know.
Nice guy.
Patrick Young, we're talking about.
Shout out Patrick Young.
He's
ladies and gentlemen.
Been through a very hard time, and he smiles and he's thinking about other people and and that's very significant. I was really impressed.
That's a
with
good
it.
representation for you and this weekend and what's going on. It's hard. You've been this many years. It's hard to probably pull a specific memory from one of these golf classics or from, and I know you have told us many of the personal stories.
Yeah, that's how I remember.
Right, everything. So you don't remember any of this other chicanery and the guys getting together and the whole locker room feel that can also, kind of emerge out of this.
There's always something. Like last night when Dick Vermeil talked about, the wine trip to Napa.
Adding to the trip.
And adding to the trip. I'll fly out there and meet you myself.
Right.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get many people to, but that's a class act of a guy.
You have a lot of those here.
He's one of the. I mean, he is one of the all-timers. I've always been in such awe of. He's so loyal to people who have coached with him and he's worked with. It's amazing to what extent he goes. He got hired by Leonard Toast in Philadelphia. At the end of Leonard Toast's life, Dick Vermeil's supporting Leonard Toast.
It is. It's amazing. Can you put into perspective to coach like he did at a high level, get to a Super Bowl, leave the game, and go into broadcasting.
For what, 14 years?
A lot of years. It felt like 20, but that sounds right. 14, 15 years to come back to a game that's obviously evolved a bunch, and to be. Look, the greatest show on turf is, that's clearly that he's right in step.
Kansas City, just the idea of organizationally, leadership, doing things the right way. He will admit, that the coordinators, he couldn't be the play caller anymore, is the way he puts it. And so it was the guys he chose to work with. But he is, he's just a great guy, and he's been so good to the J Fund. Where I first really got to know him was I was the head coach at Boston College. He's doing college games, so he would come and do our game. After I think it was my first year at BC, I asked Dick to come and speak at the football banquet at the end of the season. He was in California, not feeling real good. I forget what it was. He flies across the country. He's the main speaker at our. And in the front row is Father Monin, who's the president of Boston College, and he's telling his story about. Do you think that the English professor's graded every weekend?
Right.
He starts.
Do I come to your job?
He starts on down the line, and he's give this guy the money that he needs, and he'll run he'll have a great program, and they'll win here. It was unbelievable, and I'm just sitting there going,
you know who won't fly all the way from California for a night?
Yeah, right.
Dan Hicken.
I got an idea.
Dan Hicken. He won't. Where are you? Where are you on the Jags on the optimism meter? I think it's easy for fans and people in general to kind of ride the wave of recency, and obviously the way last season ended can drag your spirits down. But overall, the pieces there, the quarterback, the coach, are you comfortable with a rebound?
I don't like that word.
You don't the comfortable
satisfaction or comfortable?
Okay,
all
right.
They're not good for me.
Then I'll leave those out and just ask you blank slate. Tell me where you're at.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Doug Peterson.
Okay.
A big fan of Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
And what the.
Well, I'm in good company then.
The way they've massed or put together their program, I don't know what this rookie group looks like. I haven't had the pleasure of seeing them play or practice or anything like that. I'm looking forward to that. Those pieces are obviously needed, and but I think what to me is important is that they all understand what occurred last year, learn from it, move on, but let it motivate the heck out of you.
Back-to-back winning years for the first time since you were coach. Yep. I think that says something about where they are. I know Trevor's in line for a contract extension. I want to ask specifically about that, but I'm one of the challenges that must have evolved with coaching guys that have generational wealth, within 3 or 4 years. That's another. Is that something that's?
I never saw any of the so-called reactions.
You never did, and it's all relative, right? Your guys made it. Mark got his, and Tony got his, and they still. If you're a leader and the kind of player that you have.
Well, when you're a player, when you're a competitor,
right?
When you're a competitor, okay, and the way it was always presented to me coming up the ranks is, over here is get your contract taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and once that's done, let's go, you know, and that's the experience that I always had with anybody that, thank God that I coached.
Yeah.
You know, Eli, Michael Strait, you name it, you know, they were they're guys that did a great job of being pros and recognizing, you know, what the contract meant, the commitment from the organization, and they took it and ran with it and did a great job with it.
And credit to most of the guys in the league, the players that earn that kind of cash for the most part, that is their mentality.
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about it. They're that's not what they're being measured by.
Yeah, and
even to themselves.
And the great thing that I've always experienced and what I've always believed in and tried to enforce with guys is that, you know, you're that level of player. You're that type. Use that energy to help all, because you got to have all the soldiers in line too. The soldiers have got to. Your team is made up of. Yeah, you're going to have your handful of really outstanding players, great players, but you're going to have to build your team around, you know, the soldiers, and they need to have the right example, and they need to understand that the importance of and the commitment that you have to make to be a great player in the league. So I always counted on that. I also counted on the leaders when they were legitimately who they should be. They didn't ask for any quarter. They wanted it all. They wanted the responsibility of being ready and being prepared and paying the price and so on and so forth. So, and that's what I always put great stock in.
All right, we're obviously here at the J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic, and let's put the emphasis on the J, and you know, just remind us again the story of Jay McGillis, a former football player of yours at Boston College, and how what was meant to be a nice gesture for the family has turned into this 30-year foundation to who you and your family are.
Well, Judy and I had never been through anything like that with a player and with a family. So when Jay got sick, watching the family leave everything and run to the bedside of the sick child, because, you know, when you hear that word cancer, it's scary, you know, and I don't care who you are. The questions came up, you know, last night of what a mom and a dad think, you know. You've got to make the sick child believe that you believe he's going to be healthy and everything's going to be okay, and it's going to. But when they're left to themselves, there's all kinds of questions, you know, and you know, a lot of times you're not skilled enough to know exactly what did the doctor say. What does he mean by that? What did that term mean? What's that all about? So when we saw this and saw the way the siblings all dropped what they were doing and ran to the bedside, and then Jay had a cord blood transplant, but it didn't work. And his brother Mike, who's here, gave him the cord blood transplant, but it didn't work. And there were all kinds of stories which I technically didn't understand everything about these cancer cells that go off and hide, you know, in the brain, and you know, you think everything's fine and it's not fine. Well, that's what happened with Jay. And then Jay went down to 80 pounds and passed away.
I'm
July
not sure I've
3rd,
ever asked you
1992.
this, coach, and I've heard this story so many times. Where was Jay McGillis on Tom Coughlin's radar as a player before all this happened?
Soldier.
He was
a tough.
So he was a guy that caught your eye.
Well,
and was one of your guys.
He was smart. He worked his butt off. You know, he never said boo.
Yeah.
You know, not to me. He was.
Yeah.
I used to have I was talking to Fran Brown, and it's really interesting. With NIL, if they don't go to class, he takes some of their money away.
Okay. Yeah.
That'll get them to
That would
class.
work, wouldn't it?
Well, with me, it was a 6 o'clock run. You know?
Yeah.
So they're up at, you know,
that's
I'm
negative reinforcement versus.
I'm looking out their window, and they're running at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you know, don't miss a class. That's all.
Not that hard.
Be a student. Go in. You realize that this is going to be the foundation of your livelihood once football is over, at what point it is. But great, Jay was great. Family was great. Wonderful, wonderful people. And losing him was a tragic experience.
I mean, you couldn't have begun to imagine that act of caring and compassion for that family would evolve into this.
Well, I knew Judy and I both talked about if we ever have a chance to give back, it'll be in the name, the image, and the likeness of Jay McGillis. So when we came, I told Fran Foley when I came here, I said, Fran, I'm bringing you with me. You'll be assistant pro personnel, but you're going to help me organize whatever we decide to do to raise money in the name of Jay McGillis for families who have a child with cancer. And that's, lo and behold, what we did. It was Fran Foley, Ernie Bono, and me in a closet. Basically, all it was a little closet where we stored our auction items, that kind of thing. So, that's how it started. And the very first one, I think we raised $36,000.
Yeah.
But we thought we did good.
Sure.
We thought that's a lot of money.
It is, yeah.
And it is.
It is. So that's how we started. And then we, just evolved, and, it was at Marsh Landing. Then we moved. We had the golf tournament at Marsh Landing, and we was there. That's where I lived, so that was a real nice thing. That's where Prosser didn't show up on time.
Never forget.
Tea time.
Never forget.
You'll
never forget.
Yeah.
I was about 5 minutes late.
No, you were about an hour
late. I'll trust you more than
you
me.
were like.
I'll trust you more than me.
But anyway, we
hard times.
And then we came across the street here, and
boom. Yeah,
the players got.
Where's your game now, man? What do you got? You got anything left? Were you hitting a ball on a hole? What are you doing?
I'm probably the worst golfer that ever played.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
You've had your moment. Yeah, you haven't played with E.
No,
you haven't played with E. Yeah. I'll put you two out there. The game's just. That's it. Do you play it all outside of today?
No,
not at all.
Well, that's the problem is
I can see golf being just a little too tedious for you.
But I love the mentality of it.
Yeah.
But I
just weren't good enough.
But I wasn't going to ever spend that kind of time. Trying to get good.
Yeah.
I wasn't born with Okay.
You weren't, and you're not terrible. I've seen you hit your shots at different times. You used to set out on 17. That was probably fun.
That was a lot of fun.
So what do you do today? You just kind of drive around like a
No,
Godfather mobile?
I'm putting.
You're a putter now.
I'm a putting.
What hole? You're a putting machine,
17.
you think? Or would you call yourself a putting machine?
That's it. That's
on 17?
The best on 17.
Yeah. Well, if you're lucky, maybe you see a hole in one.
But what I do is I put a bunch of balls over on the side in the when you knock one in the water, you're supposed to go up
drop area.
The drop area, and I'll look down there, and if
practice a little.
If they're hitting the ball in the water, I'll come over on the green.
Sure.
So it'll be a little bit less than 138 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I played out there for a lot of years, and
well, it's a fun day. It looks like you're gonna have a beautiful day, and it looks like on 17 there'll be.
It's supposed to be 80 or 81.
Yeah, it's perfect.
We've had
How'd you do it?
2 days ago, it was the most humid day you've ever seen.
We're getting there.
And then the next,
that monster's coming.
But then the next day was really, nice. Yesterday was nice, and I'm not saying a word. It started.
That's true.
It started out as being.
No, we were driving out this morning. I was driving in some heavy rain.
Monsoon.
Nice and early. Yeah.
4:00 in the morning.
Yes,
it
sir.
came down.
Yeah.
But it's 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
So I had faith that because it was like that on Sunday morning, we're going to be okay on Monday. And
now we have all this incredible technology. Look at this guy. We have all this, but back in the day, my man Tom Coughlin would literally, before they start training camp days, you would call your guy at the National Weather Service. No.
Oh yeah.
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 We didn't have
the guy.
We didn't have any of that anymore.
We're training. Well, we're training here, but we're training in New York, and we're in Albany. I got no place to go if it rains.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in Jacksonville, if it rained and we hit the monsoons for a week straight one time.
Yeah.
And Tony will remember that.
Tony Baselli's standing by here.
I'm taking these great players. We're on concrete over in one of those. It wasn't a baseball field then. It was, I don't know what it was, but it had a concrete floor.
Tony, I'm sure you
First of all, let's be clear.
I don't think you complain at all. That doesn't sound like
he never complained.
First of all, here's the reality. We maybe went there once or twice because Tom was not moving practice unless lightning actually struck a player on the field.
Yeah.
The best is lightning would be cracking everywhere, and Tom would have Mike Ryan counting.
Is there truth to
that?
Like the old neighborhood game.
That's what it was.
Does that even work? Did we document
Well, it didn't matter.
How about
is that real?
Perkins would start down, and I say, get
back up. We got
there.
Perkins in a metal thing.
We're in the middle of a 9-on-7. Get up there. We can't be. You got to get the tape of this.
The best was one time it was cracking everywhere, the lightning. And we weren't moving. Everyone's looking around like, how long are we staying out here for this? And all of a sudden one hit really close. and we
just
ran off. He didn't even say anything. We just left.
I didn't get a word in. They ran 100 miles an hour in the fastest I've ever seen them run. The whole team.
You know what?
We're gone.
It wasn't like one or two guys remained out there. No.
He can find us all if he wants, so we're gone.
And I think the coaches went too.
That's the biggest revolt you had the entire time was lightning caused.
But that was the problem. The problem here was lightning. The problem in Albany was rain. And we had no place to go, so I'd have guys in there 6 o'clock in the morning. I had one on the staff that was responsible, and I had a guy who worked for Albany State who was my weather guy. And they'd have to come in and tell me about the potential weather problem.
All right, I have a Hall of Famer to my right, and Tony, I think we both
you should be in the Hall of
believe
Fame.
that we should have a Hall of
100%.
Famer sitting to our left, and we get closer each and every time. And now, it's been a year. You've kind of been in that circle of people, and it's a group of accomplishment, and that Tom Coughlin belongs in.
Well, don't forget about me, but
I'm not going to forget about you.
Someone like when you sit there and you realize you're in the audience watching Tony accept and you got Dick Vermeil up there, you got Leroy Butler up there, and you realize again, I was out there for Strahan and that. This is really something,
and something you can be proud of,
John.
For sure.
John Madden. I made the mistake one time with John. I said, John, the fields are so bad here. And they were.
Yeah.
I said, we played the Buffalo Bills at the Hall of Fame. We played the Buffalo Bills, and it was like we're on artificial, but it wasn't. It was
terrible, yeah.
It wasn't even. I said, John, how can we play with this quality of team? Can't we do something about the game? John said, I will never say one word against the Hall of Fame, And I, at that time, but when you realize it, you realize the significance of it, and but when you sit there and you think about the people that are in there, and you walk around in there and you look at the names.
Yeah, I know. It was fun. It was a fun
and the thing
to celebrate with Tony.
When John Madden said that, when the
lights go
out,
when
the lights go out, we talk, we have conversations. I love that one.
It's a great one.
Because I can imagine that goes on. I can imagine that
Well,
goes on.
and you talk about that. One of the great
like a night at museum kind of.
The Thursday night before the Hall of Fame, they do a champagne toast with the only people allowed in that room are the Hall of Famers.
Ooh.
And the older guys give a toast, and when you're a young guy like me, in that group I'm young,
absolutely.
you just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, there's some education going on.
You have Mean Joe Green give a toast, Larry Zonka. These are the greatest of the greats that play. And that's what the Hall of Fame is about, is the greatest of the greats. And Tom Coughlin should be in there because he's one of the greatest of great coaches ever. 2 Super Bowl
100%.
wins, built a franchise, most successful
100 million%.
New franchise.
And we're not buttering toast here.
No, two AFC Championship games. We blew those 2 things. That still drives me crazy. But, just the way he built the team,
remember practicing on the roof in Providence?
Yes, I do.
Because at Brown University, the only place we could go, they had turf on a garage.
This is the 96 year?
96.
This is 96.
Was it about 8 degrees, too?
I'm not going to say any names. It was cold. But we had the long snapper was not having a good day.
Yeah.
And that kind of.
That threw us all there.
You snapped the ball over the punter's head on the first drive.
Yeah,
it was.
Well, you see it, especially when you look back.
But you know what?
We still should have won.
To this day, if we had the 1:00 game, we would have won.
Yeah,
that was a cold.
Dark, remember the power went out. Remember the power went out in the stadium, so we're sitting there for 15 minutes with no power, and but
y'all were so young. God, that was so fun, man.
But the reality is,
y'all had fun playing it.
The Hall of Fame is about having the best, and Tom is one of the best coaches to ever be on a sideline. He proved it too, not just because we're saying it, because of his record here in New York. 2 Super Bowl victories. You just go down the list, and then if you really want to, we're talking about the stadium and everything getting done here, and I told someone the other day, I said, I'll let you guys debate the politics of, how much money this or that, but you better count what this team has done for this community.
No question.
In giving back. And Tom's responsible for that too, in my opinion, because he brought us all here. And there was a certain type of guy that Tom wanted to bring in. And you look at the money that's been given back in this community, showing up to hospitals, showing up to schools, doing camps, and then probably the leader of all of them is the J Fund.
Sure.
Of how much money they raise, the people they impact in this community. So I'm excited that he's going up in the pride of the Jaguars this year.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. To me, that's like the no-brainer of all time.
For sure.
And I think the Hall of Fame is a no-brainer in my opinion as well.
But I think, Tony, and you just said it very well, but what the Jaguars have meant to this community, thank God. Thank God, because it has elevated everything
That's right.
here.
Well, listen,
and you look at the
families.
Our players stay here.
That's right.
That's right.
They stay here
There's
and
a
they
reason.
live here and they become citizens here and they raise their families here. I mean, that's a tremendous statement about the quality of these young men.
It's a perfect place to end. I'll let you guys get out. And how's your game there, big fella? He's where
You
he
know,
always tells me it's terrible.
It's up and down.
I'll never forget the first time I saw him play. I
He
said,
hits it a long
wait
way.
a minute. I said, the guy is 6'7". He can't. I'm watching him play, and I'm
He's
saying,
a tremendous
are you kidding me?
underachiever.
Yes, you know what? That is a great way to describe my golf game. My golf game, I am the most underperforming. I am so bad.
He has a ceiling that a lot of people can't get to, but he'll never get there either. He's very.
I don't
tremendous.
practice. I don't do anything.
That's no fun. I don't do that either.
Yeah, but he's an athlete, and that counts for a lot.
Tom Coughlin, Tony Baselli.
All right, thanks for having me. Where's Dan?
Thank you.
Dan, I know, no commitment. I told the Godfather.
I mean, last night I show up. I'm waiting. And Patrick Young did great. Nothing against Patrick, but I'm waiting for Sexton. Dan's not here. I'm like,
clearly,
this has been on the calendar for a year.
Clearly, he's
has this not been on the calendar for a year, Tom? I found out a long time ago.
We let you know.
And you know what?
Did he have a death in the family? No. You know where he is? He's golfing Pebble Beach. He's off gallivanting around.
I'm here. You know what today is? Is my wife's 52nd birthday.
Oh my goodness!
But I'm here.
I'm sure she appreciates you putting the number on it.
She said. Well, she doesn't care.
Today,
she said, "You know what? You're going to support Tom." I said, "You're dang right. That's what we do."
There you go.
Thank
It's
God
a win
for
for
Angie.
you, by the way. It's a win for you.
That's true.
How magnanimous. I think I'll go play stadium, or we can go to brunch.
Way back before that, thank God for
Yes.
Angie.
Yes.
Isn't that the truth?
That's the truth.
No one appreciates Angie more than Tom Coughlin.
No
Thanks to
question.
your stupid self.
It's
back
true.
in the
She kept me in line.
mid-nineties.
She kept me
All
in
right.
line.
We got to go.
All right.
Love you, boys.
We're going to go play.
All right. Y'all have fun.
See ya.
We'll be back. We'll be back with more next. You're listening to The Drill. You know where you got it, 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
It begins with a dream.
Cinderella Story, a former greenskeeper now about to become the Masters champion. It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole!
1010XL.
It's in the hole!
92.5 FM.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at Lockhart Construction. Man, oh man, they're a long-time Jacksonville business. That means they do things right, they do things well. Shane's dad started the company, still with Shane. His guys are from here, taking care of people who live here, people like me. We've used Lockhart Construction not once, not twice, but 3 different times. We did one bathroom, we did another bathroom, we've done some remodeling. Shoot, if you want a new house, no job too big, no job too small. Give the Lockhart family a call. Their family gives your family a better living experience. I say you unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. So if you have a construction need, a simple question, a thought, an idea, give Shane a call. I call him all the time. Hey, Shane, can you do that? Yeah, I can do that. I said, okay, good. Hey, Shane, can you? Yeah, I got that. I said, okay, great. Shane will call you back, 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction, 994-3865.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nuggets. So the hay's in the barn with the NFL. We know the schedule. We know the dates. We know the team. Now they can rest a little bit. But I will tell you right now, I think it's going to be a very good year for the Jaguars. No more talk until training camp gets here, but I love the team they're going to put on the field. Back-to-back winning seasons, a Super Bowl winning coach, and an elite quarterback. I can't wait to see what they have. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealers. For Military Appreciation Month, Nimnik Buick GMC pauses to honor and express our deepest gratitude to the brave service members and their families who sacrifice so much for our country. Frank Frangie here. As a token of their appreciation, Nimnik Buick GMC is extending a special offer, $1,000 total cash allowance to all military personnel and their families on select new vehicles. So shop online at Nimnik Buick GMC. That's Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and if that sizzling sound made your mouth water, you're in the right place. So let's talk about something sizzling, making a Bacon 180 with a Waken 180. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying that crisp, savory goodness. Well, it's on the menu at Awaken 180, and one of the many reasons I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180 weight loss. I did it all while still enjoying so many of my favorite foods. The difference is my coach showed me how to enjoy these foods the right way. Chicken, steak, pork, lobster, they're all on the menu. Awaken 180 caters to any diet or taste profile. Vegetarian, vegan, omnivore, flexitarian. I'm not kidding. That's a thing. They're all covered. The bottom line, if you want to lose weight fast and safe and keep it off with lifetime coaching, then make your own Bacon 180 with Awaken 180. Do what I did and Mike Dempsey and Hacker and more than 21,000 others have. Make the change with Awaken 180. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm the guy that never gives 5 stars because I never believe that anything is perfect. But I would give them 20 stars if I could.
Ernest Stellar Review belongs to QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments. They came through when he badly needed relief for his aching knees, and doctors had told him that surgery was the only option.
What they're doing is cutting edge, and it really helps. And I'm a tough sell.
QC Kinetics is led by National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in this field. With 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, publishing in non-surgical natural pain treatments. These are the medical pros to trust.
I'm living my life basically pain-free from what I was dealing with, so I'm a happy camper today, no doubt about it.
QC Kinetics. Call today to see if you're a candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
I'm digging my Underdog Champions fantasy app. I'm digging it. Go to your app store. Get it today. It is so easy to navigate. And there's all sports are represented, man. You can do the NBA playoffs. It's real simple. You're doing higher or lower. Go to the fantasy app. Go to their front page. So easy to navigate. They got a ton of different kinds of games and sports. I hit a winner yesterday. ET, I hit a winner. $5. Got back 95. I picked 5 golfers. I went higher or lower. I turned my attention to the PGA Championship. I took Scotty Scheffler under 34, lower than 34 on the back 9. I took a Rory McIlroy higher than a 327-yard drive. I had Finau, I had Thomas, I had Rose, and more importantly, I had a winner. I love it. It's easy. And by the way, you can get some special props here real quick. You go download the app and then sign up with the promo code PROSSER. Receive a player special plus the deposit offer. That's right. Underdog Fantasy promo code PROSSER and take advantage of these special offers with the Underdog Fantasy app. Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free from credit cards, car loans, and personal loans. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards. Get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
I'm sure many of you guys feel like you wish you could be as fit as you were in your 20s. The dad bod is really tough to shed. I'm Dr. Lance Snyder, and I did something about it through Dr. Rappaport at the Jack's Aesthetic Center. I'm active, I played college sports, and I still work out a few times a week. Nothing worked. As a doctor and a dad, I want to be around as long as possible and feel good about my body. Dr. Rappaport put together a personalized treatment plan that worked. It was easy for me to make appointments, get to those appointments, and get back to work in time. I also recommend the Imsella chair for any urinary issues or ED. Dr. Rappaport has state-of-the-art treatment options for men. And the M-Sculpt Neo is an abs blast. 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. Give yourself your own gift this Father's Day at the Jack's Aesthetic Center. Build muscle and lose fat. Call or text today, 904-808-2455. That's 904-808-2455. You won't be sorry.
Spend lunchtime with the ladies.
A meal and sparkling conversation.
Helmets and heels.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
Just behave, okay?
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans on 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and B&B Fuel and Lubricants on 1010XL.
Man, I have just wrapped myself in Jaguars greatness today.
Oh, yeah?
This continues, man. These some of my favorite folks. But we talked with Tony Baselli, Hall of Famer. We talked to Tom Coughlin, will be Hall of Famer. And now I'm going to circle back with my guy, Fred Taylor, another will be Hall of Famer. It's a matter of time. We'll see. We had that conversation last week. We're not going to beat that dead horse. Fred, here's what I've noticed between last week and this week, okay? And this doesn't – good morning, Fred. This doesn't seem fair to me. Because you, with your incredible physical skills, attributes, abilities, had a tremendous football career. You had great glory and riches doing things that a very select few people can do. I accept that. I accept that my athletic career peaked in high school, and I turned my attention to, another medium where I could also stay engaged in sports and work for years and years to be the very best I can. And then you come along, and in like 10 minutes, you're interviewing Tom Brady. So I'm a little bit bitter. That's all I'm saying. Do you feel me?
I feel you.
Sometimes there are statements, in life. It's who you know.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But sometimes I like to think of it as it's about who knows you. Like who can vouch for you, who can get you indoors that you probably couldn't have gotten in. But yeah, we signed a new deal with Fanatics, a multi-year deal with Fanatics to just partner, and. Mike Rubin has some connections in the celebrity world as well as in the athletic world. So we sort of put that together through Fanatics. Not to say we wouldn't have gotten Tom, but I think the timing was perfect in a sense that it was directly off the heels of the roast, which we spoke about a little bit. And, it was to also launch our Fanatics deal. And what better player or person to do it with than, Tom Brady, especially at that time. So it was sort of a win-win for Fanatics as well as the pivot.
It was
fun.
Do you track your, I'm sure you do, you're competitive, I know we do. Do you track, the podcasts that get the most downloads or the most views? And I'm curious if, would Brady be that guy, or would it be maybe just a different story that you guys could tell from a different, personality that you may have had on at one point?
I can tell you we don't track it in competition. We don't really care about that part of it.
I hear you.
I can honestly say we care about quality content, and we look at it. We look at it as a concert, right? You can let's say if you buy tickets to see X artist at this concert, and then he has some headliners. He's the headliner, but he or she is the headliner. You have a few other artists that open up, smaller artists, not as well known, but the music is amazing, right? We've had people without big names that have been great conversation. Absolutely amazing conversation. Then you look at the views, and it doesn't match because the crowd, the viewers, they don't come because they don't know the person. They find out later, and they say, man, that was a good interview. But the initial shock of the guests, like the names that might deliver, sometimes people show up just 200,000 views just because we got a Tom Brady. And the conversation could be mid or mid-range. But Tom's conversation was great. His name is big. I think it's close to 1 million views there in 5 or 6 days, or whatever that might look like. And then we have other conversations like this recent conversation with Sean Combs. We just did a clips, quick take on clips for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and that thing has 300,000 views in less than a day. So it's all sort of relative to sometimes the conversation, what's trending, and the guest name, how big of a name they are. But we only go about quality content. That's all that matters to us.
Fred, by my count, there are 3, but I'll say 2.5. That's it. Starting quarterbacks in the NFL that have won a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford from a couple of years ago, and then Russ, who's a long way from a championship 10 years ago. So there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of young names, and you can pick whichever one you want. But who's going to win the next Super Bowl, Fred? That's not Patrick Mahomes, I guess.
That's a good way to put it, because I was gonna lean in with the champ and say the champs. We all would like for it to be Trevor Lawrence, right?
Sure, I think he can be in the right.
We have some work to do. I mean, considering all things, we have some work to do. You got injuries, you got all this other stuff, but you also got, I'm gonna segue back I'm gonna go back to Tom really quick, who I had to ask for Jaguars Nation about the Miles Jack thing, and Tom admitted, here we are 7 years later. He said, well, no, Miles Jack wasn't down. But the refs also play a part in the game, too. But you got to live with it, much like what Tom mentioned there. So a lot of things affect the outcome of these games, championships, etc. But I to throw a name out there, I like C.J. Stroud. In that short amount of time since drafting him and Will Allen, they built a great defense. They built an amazing offense. They went out and got Diggs this year. They got amazing tight end play. They have a great receiving core. They also brought in 28 Cincinnati.
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, my guy, Joe Mixon. So, I mean, they seem to be, for me, a team that could actually go and do it, and CJ could probably deliver that to be that quarterback that we're talking about. But I would like for it to be Trevor first.
Yeah, for sure. I just think it's interesting, and I think it's accurate. Fred, I think the quarterback position overall is healthier than it's ever been in the NFL. I mean, I think you can go 20 deep of pretty decent quarterbacks capable of having 100 rating. Yet, at this time where maybe there's more depth than ever, it's when it comes to proven guys that can win, and like a lot of this is Brady having recently retired, and he takes a lot with him, and Manning having retired, but there's not a lot of guys that have proven they can go all the way through to the end and win a championship. It's going to be fascinating to watch and see who does. I'm out here with a lot of your former guys. Just saw T-Brack walk by, Fred, Tony Brackens. You think back to your time here in Jacksonville and the memories that you made and the success that y'all had as we're out at Coach Coughlin's J Fund today, and the impact that Coach and y'all made off the field with this and then on the field back in those early days.
It's amazing that some of the guys that at that point in time hated Coach Coughlin's gut. They hated to see him walk by. They hated to see him walk by. I'm one of them. We all support him because we all know what he stands for. We all know what he stood for then. At the time when our tongues were hanging down to the ground and we were completely exhausted from having full padded practices, training camp both days, both practices, all that different stuff. He was just building character. He was building discipline. He was building men. And now that we're all men, grown up, we're able to say, all right, Coach, we understand, man. Thank you. Thank you for building this talent.
Fred, Fred, you were working out. I'm going to tell this story because you just basically admitted how much he could get under the skin of some of you guys. But I can remember as things started to finally go bad in the early 2000s, Fred, and you were down in Gainesville working out. I don't remember if it was a pro day and you were just hanging or if you were working out down there. And we talked some and just standing in the corner of the end zone, and it was, and you were frustrated. You were frustrated because you felt like Tom Coughlin had demanded so much of you guys without ever asking your opinion, and now things were shaky, and he's kind of coming to y'all and asking y'all what you think. And Fred's like, hold on, man, for 3 years you haven't cared what I was doing, and now you want my answers. So it's just,
that's just part of being a young player.
That's
and not
right.
Understanding the whole nature of the business and how those things work. But Coach was, man, he's just an amazing person. I support the J Fund. I'm kicking myself because I can't be there. I couldn't be there. My son had a big deal yesterday where he was awarded a scholarship. I had to make sure I was there.
Awesome.
And then today, in preparation for travel, I have to.
Oh, they know, Fred, and they know too.
Get some stuff for our sports Emmys that we were nominated for tomorrow. So I'm moving around, man, and it's just tough. But I miss T-Brack, one of my favorite teammates ever. Misunderstood, just an amazing person himself.
Yeah, that's a country boy there, Fred. Fred, that's just a country boy.
Big time.
Yeah,
big time.
That's just a country boy. Yeah. All right, my man. We'll let you go. I know we got you on a couple minutes late today. I apologize for that. Have a terrific week. Who you got on the pod this week? What are we hitting?
So we're going to drop tomorrow we're going to drop DeMar DeRozan. It's an excellent interview, man. He just talks about, depression. He's releasing a memoir, Above the Noise, Chasing My Calm. And, the conversation was great from Compton, to pros and all those other things in between. So it's pretty nice talk.
All right. Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to talking to you again next week. It's our Monday morning running back with our man, Fred Taylor. Freddie, appreciate it, my brother. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, fellas. Hit them good. And duck if somebody else for.
That's for sure. We have learned that. All right, let's take a quick break. We're here at the J-Fun Celebrity Golf Classic at TBC Sawgrass. It is the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com. Back with more next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. The great thing about live sports, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, how did he pull that off?
Get the most live play-by-play on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Dang, missed the ball, broke the tee. No worries, I'll just go to golf-t-repair.com and get these babies fixed. Oh, and while I'm on the site, I'll check out the Pro Shop with exclusive apparel designed by Jacksonville for local golfers. golf-t-repair.com. Don't forget the hyphens. It's the place for golf stuff.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll-and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
From the very beginning, 1010XL has encouraged and recognized the accomplishments of local scholar athletes.
Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
In sports, we love to see just who the top dog is. Even better news now, Underdog Fantasy is back. Perhaps it's you. They're back with Champions. Champions is a player versus player fantasy game where you have the opportunity to win up to 100 times in one night by beating out the pack. And you do it real simple. Real simple. Higher or lower. It's all you got to do. There's a statistical projection. You either go higher or you go lower. You add up your picks and you count your cash. It can be as simple as coin flip, higher or lower, or you can use all the resources they have on a terrific app. I got on the app this week, played around with it, learned it inside and out. Yeah, so my contests haven't gone so great yet. But hey, that's why there's more season. So, discover what Underdog Champions is all about and go right now to your app store and download the Underdog Fantasy app today. Use promo code PROSSER, and you'll get your player special plus a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PROSSER.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Hey, certainly facing some interesting economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but comforting for me to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'm not an expert when it comes to investing, higher interest rates, 401ks, SEP IRAs. You tell me. I found guys I can trust, and I know I trust them because as I move closer to retirement, my money grows, and that's because of Chris Bryant, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. And not just me, from Junie Bug to Drew, 3 generations of Hickens invest at ITP Partners, and they listen and give us each individualized strategies where our goals are the priority. Financial need or question, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 312-9751. That's 312-9751. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
D.V. Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. You've heard us talk about it. Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the USA, selling over 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years.
That's a lot of satisfied customers and why J.D. Powers has awarded Window World Best in Customer Satisfaction 3 out of 4 years.
Window World stands behind their slogan, simply the best for less. With Window World, you get top quality windows at a price that leaves more of your money in your bank account, and you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement industry. When compared to our competition, there is none. See for yourself. Call the competition. Get quotes from them. But before you buy, get Window World's free estimate and compare the quality of the windows and the price.
You'll see.
And when your new Window World windows are installed and they're saving you money on your energy bills, if anything goes wrong with those windows, Window World and I will be there to make it right. That's my guarantee.
Call Window World today. Start saving money on your new windows and your energy bills and take vacation with your savings. Window World, online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here on the drill. Yeah, so content heavy with some great interviews here at ET this morning. We're running a little late, so we'll do a kind of a shortish segment here. Come back for the 9 o'clock hour. So, there's a couple things we're tracking today. You may hear in the updates that so-and-so is reporting, this, that, or the other. This is nothing new. Like there's a story now that Jeremy Fowler, ESPN's reporting that Jags are in discussions on a contract extension with Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. In fact, you can go ahead and call our man Sam Nelson and Casey and just tell him Jeff Prosser's reporting, or 1010XL's reporting, or Trevor Lawrence himself's reporting. I mean, Jeremy Fowler doesn't get credit for a story here. We've told you for a month the Jaguars are in conversations about a contract extension. And as for any potential number, of course it's $50 million range. We talked about that the day after Jared Goff got his deal. But if you don't believe me, when it comes to any newness or any report that the Jags are in negotiations with Trevor, that story's kind of old. Here's Trevor Lawrence on April 16th.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some conversations. As far as where that's at now, it's not really my focus. I'd love to obviously be a Jag. So for as long as possible, we love it here, and I love where we're headed as an organization, and feel like I'm just getting better every year, and my best ball is definitely ahead of me. So from that standpoint, obviously, yeah, that would be great. But like you said, it's going into my fourth year. It's not like this is necessarily going to be my last season. There's a lot that could happen. So not really my focus right now.
So I'd say somewhere between that, 50 and 55 million a year, which doesn't mean much to me. I think you want to go ahead and get in at that number now. Dak is up, and Tua is up, and other quarterbacks are going to be up, and you just like to kind of fall in line now because it's just inflation. We'll send these contracts into. We're just getting in to oblivion. These guys are going to be making $100 million a year before you know it. So expect to become about $50 million a year richer real soon. Let's hope those riches extend to the football field with some success for us. But it got me to thinking just how much players can make these days. And I'm looking at Forbes' list when it comes to not just your contractual agreement, but more importantly, in many of these guys' cases, your endorsement deals. So I got a pop quiz for you, E.T. Again, Casey, I'm without any forethought at all, like E's sitting in there. I can't just say, pop quiz music, please, because E knows right where that sucker is. But I got a pop quiz for E. E, I've got in front of me from July 2022 to July 2023.
All right.
I have the 50 highest paid, but I got the 10 highest compensated athletes in the world from 2022 to 2023, July to July. This would include both their contracts and their endorsements off the field. Now, there you go. That's my guy. Woo! All right, I'm going to tell you this. 5 of the top 10 are soccer guys.
Okay.
So we're going to take them out. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, and Benzema. Those guys are all, we're going to take them out. So I've got 5 non-soccer players among the 10 highest salaries earned, money earned through both contracts and endorsements. So, and then I'll tell you where they fall, 1 to 5. Non-soccer, like Ronaldo is 1, Messi is 3, Mbappe is 6, Neymar is 7, Benzema is 8. So non-soccer players, you got number 2, number 4, number 5, number 9, and number 10.
All right, well, the first one, my first guess is, I'm going to go with my guy, LeBron James.
LeBron James, $128.2 million. That is 4th overall, 2nd among the non-soccer players.
Okay. The guy, the baby goat. Now you got to go with baby goat, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes does not make the list.
Whoa!
There's one football player who has amassed $100 million. Look, some of this is going to be determined by the timing of the latest contract you signed and how it is staggered. And so there's only one NFL player on the list. He's number 10. He is a quarterback, but he's not Mahomes.
Yes, it's either going to be...
Who got paid most recently? Not this year, but like last offseason.
Lamar.
Lamar with endorsement and last year's contract are $100.8 million.
Okay.
That's number 10, by the way. Number 5 among the non-soccer guys.
All right. I feel like There's a tennis guy in there.
Well, there have been a lot of years, but you got to understand those guys have kind of fallen off.
Okay.
Djokovic, some of these COVID
what I was
restrictions
thinking.
have kept him from playing some, so they're not in there. There's a golfer in there. He's the highest-grossing non-soccer player, and this is solely because he's the latest to jump ship. But John Rahm,
that bag that he just got.
$218 million.
Okay.
For 1 year, $218 million for Johnny Rahm, who couldn't even make the freaking cut this weekend. Golly, these guys.
Couldn't even make the cut.
All right, so you got Rahm, you got LeBron. Who you missing? You missing? And I gave you Lamar. You got two more. They're both NBA guys.
Both NBA guys.
One made 111, the other made 102.
Jaylen Brown just got that crazy deal.
Nah.
No.
These guys are both
endorsements.
MVPs. They both probably have a lot of endorsement money.
Giannis. The Greek freak.
Giannis is right behind LeBron, 111. And then the other is probably deserves more GOAT talk than LeBron, quite frankly.
Oh.
I mean,
Kobe Bryant?
No, this guy goated at what he did. He did what he did better than LeBron does what he does. Steph Curry.
Oh, the Chef Curry.
He's a goat shooter, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a goat and changing the game.
That's a fair statement that you said.
Yeah, and he's won more.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just a little fun with numbers before we head off the break and come back for the 9 o'clock hour. You're listening to The Drill. We're live at the Tom Coughlin Celebrity Golf Classic, benefiting the J Fund, and it's the Monday Morning Quarterback Divorcemen Only.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, FLA, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. And by the way, if you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res, because right now, get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, towel and grow upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backward. It's the right way to clean.
Hey, gang, playoff basketball is back. I thoroughly enjoyed the PGA Championship this week, and I enjoyed it even more with Underdog Fantasy, now back in Florida with champions. So play along all playoffs long and play any sport that you want, including Major League Baseball. It's so simple. Even a dummy like me can figure it out. It's real easy. You go higher or lower on player projections and stats. It's that simple. I hit a winner yesterday. Look, I don't play big cash. I'm not throwing around a lot of money. I like to play a $5 game. I get 14, 15, 20 times return on my investment, and I hit a winner yesterday with PGA, just going higher or under on stroke totals or birdie totals and the like. So you can play along with me and have fun by downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. When you do, use the promo code PROSSER, and you'll get a player special and a deposit offer. Underdog Fantasy, promo code PROSSER. Got to be 18 or over, and you got to be in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates, and that's here in Florida. Join today.
The home of Jaguars fans.
We're all a big family, not just a team, but the fans too. They come out and support us, and I believe without the fans, we wouldn't be where we are either.
1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O. If you want high quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. WaterboyJAX.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. The IRS has resumed their aggressive collections. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by J. David Tax Law. While in Jacksonville during his booster tour, FSU head coach Mike Norvell commented on the talent in our area.
We've been able to continue to attract the top tier players here from the Jacksonville and surrounding area, Southeast Georgia. So it's an important place for us as a program.
Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimps saw a season-high 6 innings and 7 strikeouts as the Jumbo Shrimp rolled past the Nashville Sound Sunday at home. Following the day off today, Jacksonville will travel to face off against Gwinnett Stripers starting tomorrow. City of Jacksonville, together with the Jaguars, will host the next Stadium of the Future Community Huddle this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. at Fletcher High School on Neptune Beach, so that the public can learn more and ask questions about the proposed stadium deal. The event is free and open to the public with no registration required. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9:08, it's 73 degrees. Time and temper brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
The hits keep coming for the NFL schedule. It's been out long enough now that all the investigators have gone through and they've picked out some oddities and quirks. I got a pretty cool list here, like the 16 of the strangest things about this year's schedule. I'm going to get to that in just a second. Look, I see Tony Baselli on the par 3 third hole tee over there. See him? See the big fella?
Yeah, that stance.
Yeah, he's gotten so skinny, hadn't he?
Big Bo, Slim Jim.
What does he weigh, 200 pounds, man?
Big Bo and Slim Jim.
Skinny. So we'll see how, we're sitting on the front porch here at the stadium course.
Views.
Tom Coughlin's. It ended up being a beautiful day. Nice and cool out here. It feels great, man. The pest of the day brought to you by Mission Pest Solutions. This might be a little bit harsh. All right, this may be a little harsh, and I like this player, and it's not that he did anything. It's just more the reason that he is the pest of the day is because he took away from a lot of what could have been the drama and fun of the PGA Championship. My pest of the day is Colin Morikawa for going out in the final round and just not doing anything to put any pressure to ramp up the drama with Xander Schauffele. Morikawa, who, by the way, was in the final group on Sunday, I believe, at this year's Masters. He's got 2 majors already, same age as Scotty Scheffler, the same number of major titles. But with a chance yesterday, the door was open there. Schauffele didn't come out and just close it out. Morikawa couldn't make a birdie.
Dang.
He parred his first 12 or 13 holes, then he made a bogey, and then finally I birdied one of the final holes to shoot even par on the day, and it would have added another element. Look, and I'll reset this opinion on Xander Schauffele. I was awfully hard on the guy. He's one of my most disliked golfers, and that's all it took was what he did this weekend to take him off that list. He's not one of my favorites now by any stretch, but no. Listen, all the complaining and whining, you had no accountability to make all these claims and these owls of non-trust and Jay Monahan or whoever else. Who are you? You're making $8 million a year without winning anything significant. Well, now he has, and he did it, and he manned up and did it too now. He had to win it on the 18th hole. He had to win it with people coming at him. He had to win it on a crowded leaderboard, but he had to win it. But it would have helped if Colin Morikawa, a mild pest of the day, brought to you by Mission Pest Solutions. But Schauffele gets his first major. We now move on to the U.S. Open, where already Scotty Scheffler has been installed as a huge favorite. It was a weird week for Scheffler for sure. Got off to a decent start on Thursday. We had all that drama, shenanigans on Friday, which, by all accounts, everything's going to get dropped from that. That was a ridiculous overreaction, as it turns out. But he actually played okay Friday, and it was fine. Caddy had to fly home for his kid's graduation. And, man, you'd think that he took, Scotty Scheffler's clothes with him because he was uncomfortable and over par, and he lost the tournament on Saturday. Rebounded yesterday, ended up finishing 8th, but
does he go caddyless or like what?
No, he just get a fill in. Just get another guy, and I don't know.
But it ain't the same though.
No, your guy. Listen, I don't think he shot 73 on Saturday because of the caddy.
Right? No.
I think it all just kind of caught up, everything that he'd been through in the week. But yeah, I do think the caddy matters for sure. I mean, that's that chemistry that you have and trust, and and I think it's the trust. It's trust that he's always doing exactly what he tells you he's doing. The caddy, that is,
Okay.
not giving you the wrong thing or telling you the wrong number or whatever it may be. So anyway, just a little nod to the PGA Championship, second major of the year, and it goes to Xander Schauffele. So Americans, PGA Tour players have won the first 2 majors of the year. All right, we've all given our sufficient attention to the Jaguars' schedule. It has some oddities, I think. So playing those first 4 games against playoff teams, 3 of them on the road, man, you did not do the Jaguars any favor. The deck stacks way against you when you start either 0-2 or 1-3.
It does.
It's just math. It's just a very small percentage of teams or playoff teams if they start 0-2 or 1-3, and it's almost like the NFL is inviting the Jaguars to start 0-2 or 1-3.
But Coach Campbell said something earlier when he was on with us, and he said that, and like I agree, all in the off season, we know what those first 4 games look like, so it changes your mentality on how you go into that. Like physically, you're going to be what you are physically regardless. But you got a tough 4 games ahead of you in the beginning of the season. It changes your mentality, and hopefully it changes it for the good.
All right, so we've talked about the Jaguars' schedule, and I think, I went through it the other day. I didn't have a ton of reaches. I got it 11-6. I'm telling you, I think the Jags are going to be 11-6.
Okay.
I'm not doing it for a shtick. I'm not doing it for social media. I'm looking at who we are and what the opponents are, and it's taking as wild a guess as you can in May because a lot changes. I'm not ready to arrow down on this football franchise. So
must I remind everybody that the Jeff Prosser is the only person at 1010 that guessed the Jags schedule or the record
2 years ago. Well, 2 years ago.
2 years.
Yeah, they all had him under. I had him over and in the playoffs, so you're welcome. Anyway, if you don't remind him, I will. I see what you're doing there. All right, here's some schedule oddities. You ready? This was I got a kick out of this list.
All right.
Here are the 16 weirdest quirks on the 2024 NFL schedule. We'll start with the Chiefs. They're going to do something that hasn't been done in 97 years. The Chiefs this year will play on 6 different days of the week. They got a Friday game and a Wednesday game thanks to Black Friday and Christmas. So they'll be playing on 6 different days. The only day the Chiefs won't be playing this year is Tuesday. Makes them the first team in 97 years to play on 6 different days of the week. And ironically, back in 1927, the New York Yankees, an NFL team, played every day except for Monday, which is a pretty common day now.
Wow.
Cowboys and Giants will make history. They'll play each other 2 times, and both times this year will be on a Thursday. That's happened a total of 2 times over the past 98 years. It happened with the Lions and Packers last year because they have the Thanksgiving, and then they did another Thursday nighter. And that's how the Cowboys and Giants also, they play on Thanksgiving this year. We'll have another Thursday nighter. The Bears and Steelers are going to make history. This may be the most bizarre of all the quirks. Both the Bears and Steelers will not play their first divisional opponent until Week 11.
Wow.
The latest in NFL history that a team has ever played its first division game. Previous record was the Falcons, 2019, didn't play their first divisional game until 2019. Some of these we've already talked about. All the Jets primetime, given 6 primetime games in the first 11 weeks. I don't like it any more now than I did when we talked about it the other day. The Jags are featured as a scheduling quirk. For the second straight year, they'll play back-to-back games in London. No other team has done that. And last year we went 2-0. So here's hoping we can have similar luck this year against the Bears in Week 6, Patriots in Week 7. We've talked about playing on Wednesday, just the 3rd time in the past 76 years. And I believe the other 2 were both COVID-related, where stuff would get pushed back. And Netflix will have the Netflix has the Christmas Day game, so another streaming service. We've talked about that a little bit. The Eagles have something almost unheard of. They get 4 of their last final games at home this year. That hasn't happened since 1951. Again, it's a quirk if something hadn't happened in 60, 70 years, right? The Bears start the season with 3 straight against the AFC South. First time Chicago has opened against 3 straight AFC teams in 25 years. 5 teams will close out the season with 2 straight road games, including some of our perhaps playoff competitors, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Chargers. Oh, this is hard. The 49ers face 4 teams coming off their bye. Of course, we were coming off our bye against San Francisco last year, and that didn't seem to be much of an advantage. But, yeah, this year, the 49ers will play 4 teams that are coming off of a bye. That's the most in the NFL. Yeah, the team they're playing is coming off a bye. So 4 times. And there's a stat called rest differential, and the 49ers have the worst in the league. Their opponents get 22 extra days of rest compared to them over the course of a year.
And believe it or not, people, that means a lot. That holds weight. The more rest that these athletes can get on their bodies and for recovery, that matters.
The Ravens have the best rest differential. They're plus 16. They'll be getting a total of 16 days of rest more than their opponents. And they're complaining about their schedule. Hey, Baltimore, shut up. It's the highest number for any team this year, the highest number of any team since the NFL expanded in 2002. They have that much of a rest advantage over their opponents. There's only one team got shut out of primetime. You know who it is?
Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers. 3 consecutive road games, 4 teams have to do that this year. Bills, Browns, Bears, and Vikings. No bueno. You don't want to have that either. I'm really, the one NFL story that as we get into training camp that's fascinating to me, and I'm just, and what an odd guy he's going to be to, like, here's a question I thought was an easy answer, and now I'm not so sure it is. Is Russell Wilson a Hall of Famer?
Ooh. He was on the way.
I'm not sure he is anymore. I thought he was for sure when he was young. He had a Super Bowl, another appearance,
and
but he's never been an MVP. He's never been a superstar. I don't think he's kind of been. I wonder, is he? And that aside,
you don't think Russ was a superstar ever?
No, I think he was. I'm just saying he was, but he wasn't Brady, Manning, Mahomes.
No.
He's more like Matt Ryan kind of level. I mean, he lost his Super Bowl, Matt Ryan, but
Drew Brees-ish.
No, because Drew Brees put up those crazy numbers, man. He set records for 5,000 yard seasons and that kind of thing.
Does Drew Brees have an MVP?
I think he probably has one, maybe, but I don't know. Now, in fairness, you got the GOAT and Manning, scooping all those daggum things up a lot of years, or Aaron Rodgers won a ton of them. The MVP doesn't do, like Aaron Rodgers, you feel like for sure first ballot Hall of Fame.
No, that's not even a question.
And I'm not sure about Russ, which leads me back to one of the most intriguing training camp storylines to me is the Steelers and that quarterback job. Mm-hmm. What an odd thing they did getting both of those guys.
Yes, they did.
It's just odd to get both Russell
Fields
Wilson
your guy or not,
and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
It's like Mike Thomas says, Russ has the pole position, but is this how it's going to end for Russ, man? He's just going to get discarded and defeated. I mean, the Seattle had enough of him and said we're going to trade you for a bag of beans and Drew Lock, and then and then Denver went all in, gave him all that money. And even with all that money and a new coach who's had success with a guy like him, they came in after a year and said, yeah, no, we don't like you. We're going to trade you to Pittsburgh for a bag of beans. And now he's at Drew Brees, no MVP, we're told. So, okay. And now he's in Pittsburgh where, man, I don't know. I know Russ gives you certainly although I will say, doesn't Russ seem more like a Steelers quarterback than Fields? Russ can game manage you. He can run. He's not going to turn it over.
Like that Big Ben, he can get.
Where Fields can be, Fields can throw to the other team. He can be more electric, but he can also burn you maybe more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it were me, man, like if you were the Jaguars right now, we didn't have, in a terrible world where we didn't have Trevor Lawrence, and the Jaguars had, and we were having this conversation all off season, and this off season we went and we got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Who would you want to be starting as a Jaguar fan? Like, who would you be rooting for to win that job? Who would you be right? I mean, like, things could and will change.
You know what?
But
yeah, I would. I think I'd be rooting for Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's younger. He's more explosive.
We still want to, because we want to see. He really didn't get a good shot out there in Chicago.
I agree with that.
And so he could be that guy.
Listen, I tend to think this. I tend to think he's not that guy, and even though he didn't have this, that, or the other, if he were that guy, we would have seen something that jumped at us a little bit more.
I want to see.
You know, the Bears did get a lot better toward the end of last year. They got it back to like 8-9 or 7-10, and he was playing. But I don't know, man. I think the Bears, at the end of the day, made a big mistake drafting Caleb Williams. I think they should have. I think they should have traded that pick and got a lot more assets and gotten more, even more help, and kept Justin Fields and given him Rome Odunze to go with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. I just don't think that I don't think the upgrade from Caleb Williams to Justin Fields is going to help the Bears be, a ready winner any more than trading that one pick and getting 2 or 3 or 4 things that can help your football team. So that's why I would say that. Now, again, if Caleb Williams is the next great, if he is Mahomes and you didn't pick him, then you've already done that once when you took Trubisky over Mahomes. Let's not forget that. But I can't get away, and we talked to Denny on Friday. It's hard to get away from the fact that it's where quarterbacks, it's a graveyard for highly drafted quarterbacks. From Cutler to Trubisky to Fields to nobody succeeds in Soldier Field. Chicago does not have good quarterbacks, man, and they have drafted them high, first round, top 10, top 5 sometimes, and they've got another one now. We'll see if the fourth time is the charm for them. But that is to me a fascinating training camp storyline. Who wins that Pittsburgh job? I mean, that matters.
Yes, it does.
That's kind of, it's not like Carolina where, no matter who wins, you wonder what they can be. The Steelers every year, I mean, they prove it. They're a 500 team at least, and they've got a tough back half of their schedule as well, or at least what looks like it's tough as we sit here. Those schedules, and we pointed this out, though, the difficulty of them will shift a bunch to both ways as you go through the season. We really figure out what teams are. All right, the basketball story. Listen, I give it up for Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They went in and won a Game 7. They trailed by 20 in the third quarter. I know who my pest of the day was going to be. It was going to be Mike Malone.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
And he should be. It was weak sauce. He told a reporter he had a stupid bleeping question. And, he got all in his feelings because his team blew a 20-point lead, and he was asked how much harder does it make it knowing you had a 20-point lead. And listen, Coach, this just in, all questions are obvious. You guys aren't rocket scientists up there. We're not asking you to explain how you just did a heart transplant. You're a meathead basketball coach. You roll the ball out and hope Joker has a good game. So I could do without your piousness if you don't mind. And he was a jerk, and there's no need for it. You're the one that choked, buddy.
Ooh.
How about a timeout?
Piousness.
You got a 21. Yeah, I mean, I don't need you to be so smug. Stupid bleeping question.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what else is stupid? You just lost a 20-point lead in the third. T-Wolves, Mavs, we're going to get some new blood in that championship. I'll be rooting for Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves, and now maybe he can get on some sort of run. He did not have his best game last night, but his energy, it's still his team. And again, there's no one is saying that he is, Jordan or LeBron or anyone else. And last night is an example just how hard that is to be. LeBron could and has, but Jordan don't go for 16 points in a game. He just doesn't do it. Look at Michael Jordan's playoff log. I would be shocked if he ever scored 16 points. I mean,
I would be shocked too. Yeah. I'd be. Ain't nothing lower than.
But he
20.
hit some. But Edwards did hit some big shots late in the game, shots that mattered, and Minnesota's fun to watch. And I said this earlier though. Here's a little Shazam for you. The Mavs don't have to win 4; they only got to get to 3. because Kyrie's now 13-0 when he's on a team in a closeout game. 13-0. They closed out Oklahoma State. That was a great series, and that was a fun game. Was that yesterday or?
The
it was Saturday.
Wolves was last night.
Wolves. And then yesterday afternoon was the Knicks. The Knicks just are of course, by the end of the series, Jalen Brunson has broken his hand. Of course he has. But I'm really looking forward to the Western Conference Finals in particular. The Celtics should be able to handle the Pacers. Remember I said, how can you beat a team by 45 and not beat them the next time? Well, maybe you can't. That was Minnesota, remember?
That's true.
I mean, you just beat them by 45. You let them by 50. And how can you lose to a team? And lo and behold, they pulled that off. I digress. Will take us through a little round of trending when we return and put a wrap on today's program. We're live at the Tom Coughlin J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. This is where we get a little jealous. As we look out on the grounds here, I can see down first fairway. I can see 2 green. I can watch 3T. And golly, does it make me want to go hit a golf ball.
Yeah.
This is The Drill, the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
First of all, congratulations on the show.
Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
How do you like being in a real studio?
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
All right, sports fans, Hicken here. Let's talk skin. Me, myself, and I, and Beaches Dermatology, are reminding you all, man, wear that sunscreen, right? Got to wear the sunscreen. Why? Because you're outside all the time in this great state of ours that has and is the Sunshine State. So if you're an active parent hanging in the fields in your boat to fish, you like to chill at the beach, wear sunscreen. Because if you don't, there can be some ramifications, short and long term. Skin cancer is not something you want to deal with. So when grabbing the clubs for your tee time, you're gassing up the boat, you're grabbing the chairs for your kids' game, make sure to bring the screen. And if you have any concerns on your body right now, go see my friends, Doctors Boudreaux and Metz, the best in the business at Beaches Dermatology. By the way, they've been taking care of me for decades now. Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Is your old AC trying to keep up with the Florida heat?
At JTM Comfort Services, they understand the importance of a reliable AC system. That's why they offer financing on qualified repairs and replacements. Don't suffer through another scorching summer. Upgrade now to a new, energy-efficient system. Visit jtmcooling.com to learn more and schedule your consultation. Veteran and family owned.
Your comfort is our name. Call my dad to keep you in the game.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Yo, it's your boy E to the T, and the NBA playoffs are here, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you'll never miss a shot of making that straight cash, homie. You can even live stream and bet on the game right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide. Cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays. And new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sports book. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today by using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up.
Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
2 hours spent on two things: your Jags and the rest of the NFL with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations: Julington Creek, Jax Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in America. And now through June 30th, get 0% APR for 72 months or up to $2,300 off L2502 tractors. See details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Get food prizes and Kubota Orange Days demos Wednesday 8 to 4 at Coastal Equipment, New Kings Road.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. We're at the Tom Coughlin J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. They're all out having fun at this point, but we certainly had a good time catching up with some of our old friends. Tom Coughlin joined us, and then a little drive-by with Tony Baselli. So I got to sit down between one current Hall of Famer, one future Hall of Famer, I'm sure. We followed that up with Fred Taylor as well with the Monday morning running back. Man, this is kind of like the last calm before the storm, right? I do know the Jags are down at the facility. Doug Peterson and Trent Baalke were here last night supporting the J-Fun, and Trent's out here today. I saw Coach talking to him a little bit earlier today. But the Jags will be down at the stadium for the OTAs. I got a couple day stretch here today, and then maybe next week. Really, when we get them on the field for the minicamp in June, will kind of be the last time they're together before they get sent off for 5-6 weeks, and then back for training camp. Before you know it, we're going to be grinding our way through some of those, hot August training camp days, and after the excitement of the first preseason game, we'll just be wishing like heck that the regular season opener were here already. But we're really getting a lot closer. It's going to be June here before you know it,
right,
my man. We're going to be June here.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't really stopped to pause yet, but there has been one certainty in sports, really for, the last 15 years. Since Bama won the rematch against Florida and Tim Tebow in the end of the 2009 season, you could count on every single football season for Alabama to be somewhere in the top 3 or 4 to contend for, if not win, the national title.
This is true.
Are those days gone with the coaching change and some of the other defections? I say this because I'm looking at the ESPN this morning has put out a post-spring top 25. Georgia, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But Alabama, number 7. Now, look, Gator fan, you feel me? You'd give up a pinky to be number 7 right now to have that high of a ceiling. But for Alabama, you may as well say they're 17th or 70th. I mean, Bama's been like 1, 2, or 3 any and every year for years. But, man, there's certainly been a changing in the guard. If you're a Florida fan, it could not be a worse guard to change into. The University of Georgia seems primed with the number 1 ranking here heading into the season. Ohio State went crazy in the transfer portal, going to try and buy their way back to relevance with a national title. So we'll see if that strategy works. Texas, who went to the 4 last year, is number 3. And then I was looking, we assume if FSU can, we know if FSU can reconstitute the season they had a year ago, they'll go to the playoff, because this year the playoff's not 4, it's 12. But what if they don't? If you're going to make a 12, you need to be in the top 12. I'm looking at the preseason top 25, and number 11 for FSU. So, I mean, the Noles better ride that schedule out. That tells you there's not a whole lot of wiggle room.
Right.
We have this tendency after all these years of being 4 teams. 12, that's easy. 12, that's a lot. But what happens when there's 6 SEC teams that are 10-2 or better?
Uh-huh.
And all these other things that you take into. But FSU is number 11. That's still a really good spot considering everything they lost. Here's what they write about the Noles after the spring update. I would read you what it says about the Gators and their spot in the top 25, except you see they're not there.
Uh-huh.
Seminoles coach Mike Norvell has utilized the transfer portal as well as anyone in the FBS. He once again turned over FSU's roster after it finished unbeaten. Was left out of the CFP. You know about DJ Uiagalelei. He seemed to pick up the offense well in the spring. Transfer Malik Benson out of Alabama emerged as one of his favorite receivers. Meanwhile, Lawrence Toafili, who they had already, and Roydell Williams, who came from Alabama, lead the running game. Norvell believes defensive end Patrick Payton will emerge as one of the top pass rushers in FBS. They also got Marvin Jones Jr. Bottom line is, between what they've been recruiting there at the high school level, what they've added to the transfer portal, and what they have coming back, including Mike Norvell now with a team full of confidence, this is a big year. If FSU can this year maintain and at least be 10-2 and a playoff team, then they could be building something for the long term. If they struggle and stumble and fall back to, 8-4, then you wouldn't be quite as sure. You want to see what's trending, E.T.?
Ooh, let's do it.
You got us all hooked up, ready to go?
I hope so. Ooh.
We threw Casey in the fire now. He's in there by himself. No one in the studio pointing anything out. I throw stuff at him last second. Overall, give him B+.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll take it. That's a passing grade.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's more than passing grade, yeah.
Go ahead and hit me with that number 5.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Hold on.
Number 5.
There we go.
Dang it.
It's some whispers in Dallas, Jeff.
What about?
There's a possibility there could be Luka, Kyrie, LeBron, and Bronny.
Yeah, that to me would qualify as crawling up underneath someone else's skirt to get the time.
Yeah, you don't like that. The only place LeBron can go?
L.A. and Cleveland.
Stay in L.A. or go to Cleveland.
You can't go ride. I don't understand these guys, how they stay close with certain guys. Kyrie stuck it to LeBron when he demanded to leave. I don't get all these guys, how they keep the love for each other.
He stuck it to LeBron, and then he went back and apologized.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
But
that's LeBron. That's skirt chasing, man. That's title chasing underneath some other man's hard work. I don't like that one. Now, if I'm Dallas, it makes sense. I think it makes Dallas. I mean, would you rather have Tim Hardaway Jr. or LeBron? There you go. But for LeBron, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you play, you want to win. If you want to win, you go to the best situation. If you control the best situation, I guess you take it. I mean, do you stay and lose just to lose? I mean, wanting to win and experience it all doesn't necessarily mean you're trying to. I don't think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is claiming Magic Johnson's titles. No. Kareem won his title with. Well, he won 2. He won one with that were his. I thought. His Milwaukee title was his, along with Oscar Robertson. And I think the one that Magic kind of won, his rookie year, that was still Kareem, I think, is why they won. But anyway.
Number 4.
Moving on. Yes, sir.
Luka is in the final with Kyrie, by the way.
Yeah. The Preakness was yesterday, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't watch horse racing. I don't talk about it.
So I guess you wouldn't know who won.
I know Mystic Dan didn't, thank goodness. It was one of Wayne Lucas. Was it one of Lucas's horses though, or who? Or
I only know the names. It's Mystic Dan came in second.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get a Triple Crown winner, man.
Right.
And
Seize the Gray came in first. How did they get
Who was the trainer? Was it one of the Baffert? It was Baffert or Lucas or one of those guys. I think I saw the.
Yeah, I don't have it here.
Mystic Dan was sucking up to the winner.
I wonder how do they pick the names? Like they
yeah. Pass around a bourbon bottle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's it's kind of like how you come up with your porn star name. The first street you lived on and your first pet. I'm Rusty Osage. Nice to meet you. Rusty Osage. I'd have a good one. Osage Trail I lived on, my brother. My little
Number
dog,
3.
Jeopardy is getting a new a trivia-based spinoff show, like a pop culture-based show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That probably makes sense.
Yeah, the show, its answers, the questions will focus on music, film, TV, stage, sports, and more. I think I tuned into that.
The game shows have regained popularity. I loved game shows when I was a kid. I loved them a lot, and I've kind of lost my verve for them. I haven't jumped on any of the prime time. There's a lot of primetime game shows. Well, Mrs. P and I were watching TV, I don't know, maybe Saturday night, and one of those primetime game shows came on, and we actually watched it, but it wasn't all that great. It's kind of like a Deal or No Deal kind of thing, a wall, I think it's called. I don't know. It was all right. It seemed scripted and hokey and corny.
Wasn't it?
Number 2.
That wasn't it for me.
Man, you know how tennis shoes are a big thing for the culture right now. Well, not even just for the culture, just for the kids, just in society. They love their tennis shoes.
For sure. Too much sometimes.
And Travis Scott, his shoe is a really popular shoe. He has a collab with Nike. These Yoda. Oh my gosh, Yoda would love these shoes.
You know what? I don't know how they did it, but credit the entertainments, the singers somehow
infiltrated,
grifting into the sneaker game, because that used to be reserved for the athletes.
For the athletes, right? But now they're collabing with athletes.
Now they're hip hop artists and actors get their own shoes.
And what Travis Scott did, what was pretty cool, is he went back to his old high school and he's gifting the graduating class, the entire graduating class, a pair of his unreleased shoes.
Okay.
So it was a pretty cool thing that Travis did.
If that was me, I'd immediately go sell them for $800.
If the kids are smart, man, listen. Because some of them,
Did you catch how my man Fred just kind of slid in that they did?
Emmy.
Did he?
Yeah.
I bit my tongue, Fred. Don't let me even get started on the follow-up questions here.
Oh, man.
I know they said Sean Combs. Hopefully he won't know who I'm talking about.
I think they did that one before.
Yeah.
And then I guess the great.
I might retire that one, buddy. I might burn that one. I don't know.
And that would have been the number one trending time. I don't even want to touch that, man. That's just a horrible. Yeah,
that man's a bad, wrong monster. There's some monsters out there. You're right.
Monster. But the number one trending
number
topic.
One.
Here we go. Hottest story in the entire world, ladies and gentlemen.
As we stated yesterday, man, history was made in the NBA, in sports in general. But in the NBA, you educated me on this. 2 road teams won.
Yeah, Game 7 on the same day.
And we said, man, Air 2. Although he didn't perform like that, he slayed. David slayed.
Goliath.
He did, man. Joker, man. He's the defender.
Well, and as we go along here,
as
we go along here, it's fair to remind folks. Minnesota and Air 2.
Yeah.
They swept the Suns. That's Kevin Durant. That's Booker. That's Beal. It wasn't like they got some cruddy little 8 seed they didn't beat the Hawks, or they beat a team a lot of people would have picked to win it all when the season started, and now they've gone through the defending champs. I think they'll beat Dallas. Although I will say, man, that might be Luka's time. It's great either way. One of these young guys, it's going to be his time.
Yeah.
I mean, are we looking at Bird and Magic here again? Ant and Luka. I mean, I just use Bird and Magic because one of these dudes is European white and the other is, American brother. But still, I mean, what exactly are we seeing here in these Western Conference Finals? And then can Tatum measure up to either one of those guys?
Right.
I'm starting to wonder if that Boston team's good too, though.
Boston is good.
So we'll see.
Good to see.
All right, that's what's trending. We'll come back, put a wrap on the show live from the Tom Coughlin J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with the best prices and our wow-ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing, and free oil changes with every purchase. You better beat the surge and head to Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for the best car buying experience.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances, that's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
So one of life's most important decisions, if you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here from Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney yet. But have you done your last will? It's not the most comfortable thing. It's not the most fun thing to do. It's something you need to do besides getting your assets to the people that you want them to go to. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen to help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You have questions? Maddie's got answers. 904-527-1700. 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Maybe you've got plumbing problems, like toilets that won't flush, or there's not enough pressure, or you get clogs and stoppage too often.
Ew!
There's several potential causes, and some can't be detected easily. So before it becomes a disaster, call Roland Reich Plumbing. They can send a special video camera down through the lines, since they don't have a small little man, to find the root of the problem, which could be tree roots. Don't guess. Hire Roland Reich Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 20th, 1919, Babe Ruth hits his first career grand slam while playing for the Boston Red Sox. It was his 22nd home run of his career.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Ante up and swing for the greens. Best Bet St. Augustine is giving away a brand new golf cart and cash prizes during our Fairways to Fortune promotion. Now to July 26th, every hour of poker and table games played at Best Bet St. Augustine earns you a chance to win over $30,000 in prizes, including a top-of-the-line golf cart that seats 6. Visit bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com. And we'll see you in St. Augustine.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels for Big Chief Tire. And if you're looking for quality tires that won't break the bank, they've got you covered. With 5 convenient locations around town, Big Chief keeps Jacks rolling. Right now, they're offering $50 off a new set of tires. It's the perfect time to upgrade before you hit the road for summer vacation. Head over to BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 today to take advantage of this incredible deal. That's Big Chief Tire, 904-932-0950.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
How can you reach your weight loss goals by the 4th? Simple. Make a Bacon 180 with a Waken 180. Bacon's on the table, burgers, lobsters, you name it. Don't sacrifice the summer avoiding what you love. Make a Bacon 180 at Awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, got a quick moving show. I feel like we just got here through the raindrops of the early morning out at Ponte Vedra Beach. We're at the stadium course where Tom Coughlin's J Fun Celebrity Golf Classic. So many big names, cool people, good people. Just another year of a lot of work goes into these, these big events, and this is certainly one of them. The wine tasting, the radiothon, and good to visit with Coach, and good to see a lot of fun stuff happening. But meanwhile, the world goes on, and that includes 2 straight hours of Jaguars talk with Jaguars today. So you guys just stick around. That's coming up next. ET tomorrow. It's it's back in the cage for us.
Hey man,
Yeah.
from these views to the
It's
cage.
nice out here. It's gentle.
What's
It's a
crazy?
gentle
Jimmy?
breeze.
I ain't never played this course.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
I mean-
not crazy at all. A lot of people around town. This course would beat you up.
Yeah.
Like a bully, man. If I took ET out on this golf course and made him play every shot by the rules, you'd shoot 200. This is a drill. It's been a Monday Morning Quarterback.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here because we see life through sports-colored glasses.
Do you see anything on this uniform indicating an officer? What does 3 up and 3 down mean to you, Airman?
End of an inning. 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X.